What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 593. Episode number 593 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I want to remind everybody this is July 18, 2018. And I want to remind everybody to please spread it around the internet and throughout the world. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is ghost.report. It's as simple as that, baby. We independent now. Type that in your browser, add it to your bookmarks, add it to your favorites. Ghost.report is the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on my only social media representation on the internet, and that's at Gab, folks. If you don't have a Gab account, well, then, by God, go ahead and get yourself one. It is the last bastion of freedom of speech and social media today. You can get yourself a free Gab account by typing in your browser right now, gab.ai. And you can follow me on that social media under the name Politics Ghost, okay? All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow on Gab, folks. And I'd like to remind everybody what's going on to everyone who is in the True Capitalist Radio chat room right now. What's going on, baby? If you want to be a part of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, all you've got to do is go to my Gab account right now, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe button for premium content, all right? Hit the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, private message me on Gab and let me know your Discord chat name, and I will give you a private invitation to the Discord chat room of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. What's going on, everybody in the True Capitalist Radio chat room? And before we get into anything else, okay, I want to remind everybody that we do have last dibs on autographs, okay? Last dibs on autographs. For you folks that are unaware, we have been selling autographs of yours truly. Like I said, people have already been receiving them, okay? On the front, you see the 2018 avatar of yours truly with yours truly's John Hancock, baby. My signature, Ghost, on the front, and it also says on the bottom, give me capitalism or give me death. And on the back of it, folks, it says True Capitalist Radio at Ghost.report with a microphone icon on the back, folks. And not only do you get that, you also get, folks, and I guarantee you, I popped this bottle cap and I drank that beer. I'm talking about a bottle cap of yours truly, a relic of Spaten beer bottle cap that yours truly actually popped and consumed, probably on this broadcast, truth be told. Anyway, with that being said, folks, if you want an autograph, folks, it is last dibs on the autographs. Go ahead and go to my Gab account right now. I just posted the video link that you need to click so that you can find out how to purchase an autograph, folks. You're going to have to purchase it through Gab. Once again, go to my Gab account right now. The first post that says how to purchase a Ghost autograph. Click that link and follow the directions on there and find out how you can get yourself your own Ghost autograph. I want to give some shout-outs to folks that have been purchasing the Ghost autograph. I want to say we sent the first shipment off. I believe it was this past Monday or Saturday. I forgot when was the first ship-off that we did. I do want to say thank you very much to Grumpy Paw, who also bought an autograph. I want to say what's going on to the 727 caller, who also bought an autograph. Hopefully everything's going okay with Grandpa AIDS. If y'all listened to the show, y'all know what I'm talking about. And what's going on to Hulky Crow? What's going on? These are the latest folks to purchase a True Capitalist Radio Ghost autograph. And like I said, if you want to check it out, please go ahead and go to my Gab account right now and look at the first post that states, how to purchase a Ghost autograph. Click the actual link, gab.ai/tv/watch/18436, and get the 411. Now that we've gotten that all out of the way, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. It is, man, let me tell you something. It is way over 2 weeks that I have yet to have any kind of alcoholic beverage. And the reason I'm saying this, folks, is because I don't want some kind of AA meeting, a little coin or a little medal or something. I just do want to remind everybody that I was perfectly okay with accepting the physical damage that copious amounts of alcoholic consumption would have on the body. I was just not prepared for what it does to the brain here. And I'm telling you, folks, I mean, I am having like anxiety attacks. My brain's going all haywire, for Christ's sake. I could definitely use an alcoholic beverage, not because I actually want to consume alcohol, just to get rid of all this anxiety and all this bullshit. So I just want to let y'all know that I'm dealing with that crap. I'm dealing with that garbage. But everything's okay, folks. We're still on the wagon. And like I said, I'm not quitting drinking forever, okay? I'm just trying to take a little bit of a break here. You know, you gotta let the internal organs, take a little bit of a break. And I'm going to try to take as many months as I possibly can, so that I can, repair the insides a little bit. You know what I mean? Repair the insides a tad bit. You have to do it. It's the responsible thing to do. But I'll be back, and little did I know that you were going to have some mental problems, to say the least. I'm not kidding. I mean, I can't control these like anxiety attacks that come about. I got heart, palpitations. I feel like I can't breathe, for Christ's sake. It's ridiculous. It's like I can't stop it. It's pathetic. It almost makes me want to go and drink again, but of course, I'm not going to do it right now. We're going to wait some time. Okay, we're going to try to make it. We're almost at a month. All right, we're at 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and go through a month, and then once a month's over, we're going to see if we can go 2 months, and if we can go 2 months, then we're going to see if we can go back to the alcoholic beverage. And look, the guys in the True Capitalist Radio chat room are like, Ghost, why don't you smoke some weed? Man, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. They have weaponized marijuana. They have weaponized marijuana, and I don't want to consume this weaponized marijuana that completely depletes the ambition, the drive in people. I mean, have you seen this new marijuana, for Christ's sake? It makes people just want to sit there, and do nothing, and be absolutely nothing. And consume copious amounts of food and watch cartoons and play video games and all that crap. That's the only reason why I don't want to smoke the reefer, because it turns you into a bunch of garbage. But anyway, folks, look, I'm going to talk about a lot of things on the show today. I don't mean to get off subject here. It is Wednesday. We're also going to talk about some stocks and some crypto news here in a couple of minutes. Obviously, going to talk majorly about the president. The triggering continues after the Trump-Putin summit in Helsinki. I know I said Helsinki last show. It's Helsinki, Finland. We're going to talk about Robert Mueller and the special counsel and what kind of conflict of interest that Robert Mueller has. Then we're going to get into the crux of the program, folks, okay? We're going to talk about Peter Strzok, the infamous disgraced FBI agent that recently testified with a smirk and an arrogant kind of hubris to himself. Well, we here at the Capitalist Army, we've done some investigative work. And as a result, folks, we have found out that Peter Strzok, the disgraced FBI agent, the head of counterintelligence at the FBI, was raised in Iran. And if you were following me on Gab earlier today, I gabbed out some information about Peter Strzok's father. Peter Strzok's father lived in Iran. He actually worked out of there. He worked for Bell Helicopter. Moreover, Peter Strzok's father not only worked for Bell Helicopter, but he and his mother, Peter Strzok, FBI's mother, both Peter Strzok's FBI's father and mother both worked at the American School as teachers out there in Iran. So we're going to get into some major discussion on Peter Strzok, his connections with Iran, the constant connections with Iran and the Obama administration, and how come Iran keeps coming up. We're going to talk about the connections with the Clinton Foundation. We're going to talk about a lot of different things, folks. But one thing I'm going to say to you before we discuss this here in the second hour, that our investigations have suggested to us that Peter Strzok, believe it or not, is not only an FBI agent, but we have reason to believe, based upon our investigations, that Peter Strzok is a CIA agent within the FBI. A CIA agent within the FBI. Now, I know that's probably going to sound confusing to folks, but what you folks need to understand is that the FBI and the CIA play two different roles in America. Now, I want to be honest with you, I've never been a fan of the CIA. I think the CIA are unscrupulous, disgusting characters. They are professional liars. They conduct operations based upon the interest of the elites in this country. And let's be honest with you, folks. I'm not trying to sound like some leftist or anything, but the inception of the CIA itself, the creation of the CIA, was intended to protect the elites and their interest after World War II. And that's what it was incepted to do. As a matter of fact, there is a great movie. I wouldn't call it great, but it could have been better. But it does go into the origins of the CIA, and that is a movie that was directed by Robert De Niro called The Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd goes into how the inception of the CIA happened, and that the CIA has its direct linkage with the secret fraternity at Yale University called Skull and Bones. And it goes into this in detail in The Good Shepherd on how the CIA was incepted. And the reason it was incepted, folks, was because it was aided to protect the elites' financial interests, not only in America, but in the international communities abroad. And, I mean, listen, I do not speak for the CIA whenever the CIA conducts black operations, government overthrows, and that sort of thing, but the CIA, that's what it's known for. I mean, when we saw this insurgence of leftism and communism in South America that was inspired by the Castro revolution in Cuba, the CIA was all over South America conducting black operations, government overthrows, mass killings, etc. And why was the CIA out there in Nicaragua, in Grenada, Panama, Bolivia? I mean, I could go on and on with all the South American countries. What were the CIA doing out there? They were protecting the corporate interests of American elites. Whenever the CIA was going to overthrow a leftist government in South America, it was because the leftist government in South America nationalized the American industries that were residing in that country. And you know what, folks, if you analyze all the black operations of the CIA, that is the direct correlation. The direct correlation is that the CIA, will conduct black operations to overthrow a government if that government goes against the corporate interests of the entities, the American entities that do business out of that country. And that's literally the CIA. I mean, their charter supposedly was intended for this organization to do work exclusively outside the United States. According to the CIA charter, they are not supposed to be doing business or any kind of operations in the United States, but we all know that's false. We all know that we have CIA operatives that are within the government, that are within the deep state. As a matter of fact, folks, I would strongly advise you to take a look at the backgrounds of the majority of the Democrats that are running for office in 2018 midterms, and take a look at how many of them are former CIA and intelligence workers. and you will be shocked. You will be shocked at the amount of people that are Democrats that are ex-CIA, ex-intelligence, and the reason is, folks, is because, let's be honest, since the CIA have the elite's interest at hand and they do the dirty work, or they're the political and black operative weapon to the elites, what are the current elites' main objective at this point in time? It's globalism. It's globalism. And as I've stated many times on this broadcast, globalism is communism. It is the centralization of power on a global scale, and that's what the CIA is trying to propagate through its operations in modern day, present day time. And moreover, folks, let's just be completely honest here. That's what the elites of America want at this point in time. They want globalism. They want to own the world. They've already had enough of being the superpower in America. They want to control the world. And this is an ideological battle. And when we discuss the Peter Strzok being raised in Iran, you're going to be shocked at the prime modus operandi on why Peter Strzok did what he did for Hillary Clinton. It's not because Hillary Clinton had any bodies over Peter Strzok or had anything to blackmail Peter Strzok over. No, what we're going to find out in the second hour is that Peter Strzok was motivated to help Hillary Clinton based on globalist ideology that goes back to his father. Folks, go right now to my Gab account right now and scroll down a couple of posts, and I've got an article in which you've got Peter Strzok's father, Peter Strzok Sr., Peter Strzok's father, advocating and promoting the Ayatollah in Iran, hoping that the Ayatollah's overthrow of the Shah would unify Iran. And it all comes back down to Iran. Haven't I told you, folks, that the whole Iranian nuke deal, in my view, was a payoff of some sort? And as I've stated time and time again, what does Iran have over the Obama administration? What does Iran have over the EU? That is the fucking $250 billion question, because that's how much money, tax money, Barack Obama gave Iran to halt its nuclear enrichment. It wasn't even meant to stop the complete nuclear enrichment. It was meant to halt it. So we have a lot of things to talk about, folks. We're also going to talk a little bit about James Comey calling on America to vote Democrat. I mean, could you? Why would you say that, James Comey? I mean, you've got your boy Peter Strzok testifying in front of a joint session of the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees, claiming that all these text messages that he sent to this horse-faced lover, Lisa Page, was all, quote, non-bias. And it was personal politics, and it had nothing to do with interfering with his investigations, which we all know is a bunch of crap. But James Comey calling for America to vote Democrat, isn't that pretty much saying that not only was there bias, but there was always bias? I don't know. Not to mention the House passes a resolution supporting ICE, since these Democrats, they want to come out here and they want to claim that we got to abolish ICE, we got to end ICE. Well, we are putting them on the table, especially during a midterm election. If you want to end ICE, well, then let's hear you. Why don't you put it on the record? Why don't you put it on the vote? And you know what? They didn't. They were scared shitless. That's what I'm telling you. Democrats are all talk, no bite whatsoever. All right? That's all there is to it. Anyway, with that being said, folks, let's get right into the financial portion of the broadcast. And let's go over the finances. And once we do that, folks, we got a lot of things to talk about. Follow me on Gab, folks. Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. And let me know anything that you have any questions about, especially those in the True Capitalist Radio chat room, because we're going down a deep rabbit hole, baby. We're going down a deep rabbit hole tonight. Let me go ahead and get some tea here. Yeah, now I understand why all these Englishmen drink all this tea all of a sudden, man. It's pretty good stuff. Very good. Anyway, let's talk cryptocurrency. Now, folks, yesterday we saw a humongous influx of capitalization come into the market. And as I stated time and time again, what people need to understand is that we are slowly seeing an integration of cryptocurrency into stock trading platforms. And as more and more stock trading platforms integrate cryptocurrency into their platforms, more and more investor money, I'm talking Wall Street traditional investor money, is going to go right into the cryptocurrency market. And this is a good thing, folks, because right now, as I've told everybody, especially in the inner circle, especially in the True Capitalist Radio chat room, the cryptocurrency market are at its infancy in relation to the price and the price potential. We were at about $260 billion market cap here recently, and we saw a humongous amount of money come into the market here in the past day or two. Current market capitalization for the entire market today for cryptocurrency is $289 billion market cap. Now, we're coming down because earlier today I saw it as high as $294 billion market cap. So you know that a lot of people are taking profits right now. People are selling off. A lot of news pumping into this market. The Coinbase news on its new tokens it's going to be adding to its exchange. You got a lot of partnerships causing a lot of increases in prices. So let's go ahead and get to cryptocurrency, folks, because I pretty much called a lot of the things that are happening right now the past couple of weeks. All right, let's go ahead and get to Bitcoin. BTC is the symbol, Bitcoin. All right. Current market capitalization. Hold on just a second. Are we having a technical difficulty here? We might be having a technical difficulty here. My apologies on this. Testes, 1, 2, testes. I want to be honest with you, folks. I am not liking Windblows 10. Okay, I don't like Windblows 10 one bit. Every time I use this goddamn thing, it has to, like, update all the fucking time. I mean, it's got to update all the time. So we might be having a little bit of updating. And, you know, it really pisses me off. You know, it really pisses me off that I have to go through this garbage. You know, like, you know, I mean, listen, I mean, I'm trying to, I mean, my computer's like pausing all over the place, and it's done this a few times already, and it's a goddamn fucking update from Windblows, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I mean, it's my showtime right now, Windblows. Why in the fuck would you be updating right now, you stupid shit? Jesus Christ! Anyway, folks, listen, if I happen to be cut off by any means, I will be back on the broadcast, okay? Because I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this, man. I'm so sick of... I mean, my computer is completely frozen because, I mean, this is what's happening here. What's happening is I've got an update on Windblows right now, and I can't do anything with my goddamn... I can't do anything. I can't do... It's all paused. It's like my goddamn computer's got HIV positive. Like somebody pause hold my computer, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Come on, you fucking piece of shit! Damn it! Fucking hate Windows, man! You suck! You fucking suck, man! I fucking hate this forced fucking update crap! I can't do shit on my computer! It's my fucking show! Am I getting Oy Vade here? Shut it down? Is that it? Am I getting Oy Vade? Shut it down? Because I'm going to talk about Peter Strzok and him being born in Iran and shit? Is that it? God damn it, man. What a fucking joke. What a joke. Oh, God, man. I'm serious. I mean, I am like paused here on the test. Hopefully everybody can... What is this shit? What is this shit? What is this crap? I don't know what the hell's going on here, folks. I think I'm being oy-veyed shut down because I'm about to talk a little bit about the Peter Strzok situation. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think that's what's happening here. I think that's exactly what's happening. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm telling you, Windows, you fucking suck, man. You know that? You goddamn suck. I'm sitting here trying to conduct a broadcast, man. I've got tens of thousands of people that are listening throughout the world. And the last thing I need is for fucking wind blows to be fucking updating right now, for Christ's sake, man. I got a show to do, man. I got a fucking show to do. You fuck. Jesus Christ, man. All right. I think we're okay now. Jeez, what the fuck? I mean, it's updating as we speak, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm getting upset. I'm sorry if I'm getting angry. Jeez, I'm trying to do a broadcast. That's all I'm trying to do, folks. Trying to do a goddamn broadcast. Is that so wrong? Is that so fucking wrong? Jesus Christ! I'm just trying to do a broadcast, folks. And you see, here it goes again. Here, let me use the other computer, folks, because this is just pissing me off, for Christ's sake. You know, this is what you get for trying to, do things independently. You know what I mean? You try to do things independent. Murphy's fucking law. Anyway, let's get to Bitcoin, folks. My apologies on, getting all upset and angry and all this crap. Anyway, let's get to Bitcoin here. BTC is the symbol. As I've stated in the past several shows, that we were going to see an increase in Bitcoin, and the reason we were going to see the increase is based on pure speculation. All right, because there is no true technology backing up the foundation of this price. It's pure speculation. And as we've seen, we saw it climb up tremendously. The last time we were together, it was at about 6,300, the price of Bitcoin. Let's take a look at how much it's increased since the pop-up in market capitalization. The market cap right now for Bitcoin is $126 billion market cap. The circulating supply is 17.1 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has gone up 0.68%. Current price for Bitcoin, BTC is the symbol, current price, $7,379.10 per Bitcoin, all right? And listen, somebody in here is being a genius and saying, no, you know what, you can disable the updates, just saying. No, you fucking can't! You can't do it! You think you can do it, but you fucking can't. Fucking shit wants to update regardless, man. I fucking hate you, Bill Gates. You and your whore Melinda. You fucking suck. Let me get to Ethereum, all right? ETH is the symbol, all right? Now, when we saw this run-up on all the cryptos, we didn't see it go up very well on ETH. And that's very interesting, just to say the least. Very, very interesting. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Current market capitalization is $48 billion market cap. The current circulating supply for Ethereum is 100 million in circulation. 100 million in circulation in the past 24 hours. All right, in the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gone down 4.20%. Current price for Ethereum right now is $481.16 per Ethereum. Let's get to Bitcoin Cash, folks. What did I tell you about Bitcoin Cash? When it was at about 600 and change, I said this is a very nice price to get in on Bitcoin Cash. It's a very feasible alternative to fiat. Like I said, the block size on Bitcoin Cash is a tremendous amount larger than your traditional Bitcoin block size. Traditional Bitcoin block size is 1 megabyte. Bitcoin Cash is 32 megabytes, meaning it's going to be a lot faster in transaction speed and processing transactions at that. So with that being said, let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. BCH is the symbol. Current market capitalization is $14 billion market cap. The circulating supply is 17.2 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin Cash has gone up it's gone down. It's gone down a little bit. 2.63% decrease for Bitcoin Cash. Current price for Bitcoin Cash, $831.45 per Bitcoin Cash. Let's get to Litecoin, folks. And let me want to cover Litecoin because Charlie Lee's a fucking idiot. But let's go ahead and cover it anyway because I know we got a lot of people holding it. LTC is the symbol. Current market capitalization for Litecoin is $5 billion market cap. The circulating supply for Litecoin is 57 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down a little bit, 2.85% decrease. Current price for Litecoin, symbol LTC, $87.17 per Litecoin. What did I tell you all about Monero? It likes to run. It's a pattern and short-term trading play. XMR is the symbol. Current market capitalization for Monero is $2.2 billion market cap. The circulating supply is 16.2 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, we have seen Monero go down 3.61%. Current price for Monero, folks, $139.61 per Monero. Let's get to Dash, folks. I like Dash. You know I like Dash because of the low circulation, fast transaction speed, low transaction fee. Let's take a look at it. Current market capitalization for Dash, symbol DASH, $2.1 billion market cap. The current circulating supply is 8.2 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Dash has gone up 1.86% increase. Current price for Dash, folks, $266.13 per Dash. Let's get to Zcash, folks. What did I tell you about Zcash? I said that it's just, it was at a very, very low bottom price at 100 and change. I hope that you got in on it, to say the least. Let's take a look at Zcash, symbol ZEC. What I like about Zcash, once again, it has got JP Morgan invested in it, the Winklevoss twins exchanging it on their exchange, a low circulation. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I like Zcash. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. We got Zcash, current market capitalization is $914 million market cap. The circulating supply is 4.3 million in circulation. Like I said, very low circulation. In the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone down 2.18% decrease. Current price for Zcash, $208.65 per Zcash. Remember, at its lowest, we saw this down as low as $150. Major dollars to be made out here, baby. Let's get to Quantum. My and the Inner Circle's biggest holding, QTUM is the symbol, QTUM. Current market capitalization right now for Quantum is $765 million market cap. The circulating supply for Quantum is 88 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Quantum has gone down a slight bit, 2.63%. Current price for Quantum, symbol QTUM. And let me tell you, these are still buying prices. This is our biggest holding. This is the coin of the future. All you got to do is do your research on this thing, and you'll understand what me and the Inner Circle are talking about. But if you would have purchased Quantum QTUM earlier in the week, you could have gotten it at about 7 change, low 7 and change. Right now, the price of Quantum is $8.64 per Quantum. Let's get to 0x, folks. What did I tell you all about 0x? I told you so. And I said that 80 cents, 90 cents were still a good price to buy. I still think that these prices are still good to buy. I personally believe that 0x, symbol ZRX, could have the same trajectory as EOS. Unless we forget, EOS, it went from a 40-cent cryptocurrency all the way to about $16, $17. And that was based on pure speculation. Pure speculation. Here you got 0x, a proven blockchain. It's a blockchain that was used on the Paradox exchange, which was then acquired by Coinbase. And as I stated, I knew Coinbase was going to do something with this crypto, and it added it to its plethora of cryptocurrencies that it sells and it trades for. So let's go ahead and get to 0x. Market capitalization is $649 million market cap for 0x. The circulating supply is $535 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down a slight bit, 3.71%. Current price for 0x, ZRX, $1.21. $1.21 per 0x. Now, I want to get to basic attention coin, folks. That's BAT. All right, BAT is what I like to talk about here. Now, I like basic attention coin because basic attention coin, folks, is, I believe, the future of... hold on, we're paused again, for Christ's sake. What the hell is this crap? Come on! Basic attention coin, I believe, is the future of content creation. And what I mean by that is that at some point, if their Brave browser becomes highly acceptable in the internet community, it'll be a new opportunity to be able to compensate content creators from content users or seekers or viewers. I like the business model of this. I think that basic attention coin is the future of compensating content creators. So I've been a buyer on this one for a while, but it has gone up considerably here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this basic attention coin, BAT, current market cap, $355 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for basic attention coin is 1 billion in circulation. Now, lest we forget, folks, I know that 1 billion sounds like a lot, but lest we forget that Ripple XRP has 48 billion in circulation and another 80 or 90 billion in a virtual vault somewhere, and we still saw the prices of XRP Ripple go as high as $3. I personally believe that at the very minimum, at least this year, BAT will pair itself with the U.S. dollar because I think it's suitable to do so. I mean, if you're going to be tipping content creators, especially with BAT cryptocurrency, you're going to want to get it as even keel with the dollar or over the dollar as possible. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen with this cryptocurrency. The highest it's gone, from what I understand, is at about 80 cents. So we've got people holding the bag on BAT as high as 80 cents. If we get to another high of 80 cents on BAT, I think we could see a breakout past $1. So that's why I'm a buyer on BAT, folks. All right. Let's go ahead. Circulating supply, 1 billion. In the past 24 hours, BAT, basic attention coin, has gone down slightly. 1.32% decrease. Current price for basic attention coin, BAT, 35 cents, baby. 35 cents. I mean, about a couple of weeks ago, we saw basic attention coin at 20 cents. So you could have made yourself some decent amount of liquidity, to say the least, if you would have entertained basic attention coin as a play, whether short term or long term. All right, now I want to talk a little bit about Dogecoin because, first of all, I hate it. Okay, I think it's ridiculous. Anybody invested in Dogecoin, you should be repeatedly slapped in the face with a fucking Acme brick because it's idiot, moron, man-children like you that are making the snail's pace into legitimate investment legitimacy. I mean, you have to understand, Dogecoin and these meme coins, all right, they make us look like idiots. They make us look like man-children, like a bunch of autistic retards. They make us look like complete and utter idiots. And if you own any Dogecoin, if you're buying Dogecoin, I'm not kidding. You are a piece of goddamn man-child shit. I'm not kidding around, man. I mean, if I saw you and you said that you invested in Dogecoin, I'd break your fucking nose for being a fucking tard. And why is that, folks? Because we should be integrated. We should be integrated into the stock market at this point when it comes to cryptocurrency. We should be on more platforms, on more stock platforms, for Christ's sake. But the reason institutional investors still don't take cryptocurrency seriously is because you got shithead cryptocurrencies like this, Dogecoin. And the reason that I'm bitching about Dogecoin, because it's been up double digits. I'm talking double-digit percentage-wise for the past 3 days. And I think it's ridiculous, man. I'm serious. I think it's fucking ridiculous. I think it just underscores the man-child fucking mentality that plagues this investment community. And I want to be honest with you, man. I was hoping that this last contraction would shake you neckbeards, you dorks and nerds out of the fucking market. All right? I'm serious, because I'm sick of you people. Dogecoin, like a fucking idiot.
Oh, it's a meme coin, Ghost. You don't understand. It's a meme coin. It's funny. So I'm going to put my autism bucks into Dogecoin because it's after a dog. It's after a little Shiba dog, and I like it. It's a meme. I like it.
Shut the fuck up. I'm serious. Every one of you people that are invested in Dogecoin, I hope you get cancer of the cock. I'm not even kidding around. You people are idiots. You make me sick. You make me fucking sick, man. That's why people are having a hard time taking this goddamn market seriously, man. When you got shit like Dogecoin. Jesus Christ, what a joke. What a damn joke. But no, man, listen, I'm not going to give you the price to Dogecoin, all right? It's obviously way under a penny, all right? Jesus Christ. And now what? Now what? Fucking wind blows? Now what? Jesus! It's pausing again. My fucking... What is this? What, did somebody pause my computer's neg hole? Is that what somebody did? Did somebody pause my computer's neg hole? Anyway, let's get to 42 coin before I move on to something else, for Christ's sake. 42 coin, folks. Once again, my second biggest holding. I like this coin. Once again, low circulation. There's 3 reasons to invest in it. Obviously, a long-term investment play. Secondly, a hedge against any kind of cryptocurrency contraction. And third, it is a great swing and pattern trading play when it comes to playing 42 coins. So let's take a look at it. We've got market capitalization for 42 coin at $1 million. Current circulating supply for 42 coin is 42. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down because, remember, when we saw a contraction in the market, we saw 42 coin on the plus side. And that's typical of this coin. That's why we like it. Whenever we see a contraction in the market, we always see positivity in our 42 coin whenever there's a contraction. So it always keeps our portfolio in the positive, to say the least. But in the past 24 hours, it has gone down 10%. Current price for 42 coin right now, $24,154 in SEPSI markets, and we're going to go right into the stock market, for Christ's sake. Now, let me go ahead and use another computer, because this computer, I don't know who paused this computer's neg hole, but it sucks. I tell you that. It's making me sick. And you know what, Windows? You suck too, man. You fucking suck, Windows. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to the stock market, folks. Now, the stock market is still in the positive, and the reason is, as I've stated, the Wall Street guys, institutionalist investors, trust what Trump's doing. They trust what Trump is doing, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, they're putting their money where their mouth is. They are not afraid of any tariff wars. They're not afraid of any trade wars. They're not afraid of this stuff because, as I've stated time and time again, all right, as I've stated time and time again, I mean, so what if we don't come up with a trade deal with these goddamn countries that are trying to act like pieces of garbage? So what? What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that there's more money here in America, okay? I mean, we got a, $170 billion trade deficit with the EU. They want to play tough. They want to sit here and not want to renegotiate. Well, then that's going to stay here. $170 billion in the United States circulating in the country. China want to flex its little stupid fucking peanuts. Well, then, by God, that'll be $600 billion staying right here in America. How is that a bad thing? How is that negative for America? It isn't. It is not. It's not. I'm sick and tired of hearing the mainstream media trying to hyper-sensationalize all this garbage. But you know, they're just going to do what they do. That's just what they do. But as you can see, folks, the institutionalist investors in Wall Street are not scared. And traditionally, that's a pretty good indicator of what the hell's going to happen, is how the stock market and how the investors are going. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial right now, okay? Dow Jones Industrial right now is up 79.40 points, a percentage increase of 0.32%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrial at 25,199.29 points for the Dow Jones Industrial, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is also up slightly today, 6.07 points, a percentage increase of 0.22%, closing out the S&P at 2,018.62 points for the S&P 500. I mean, what the hell is this? Are we still doing... look, folks, I'm sorry if I'm cutting in and out here. I mean, this goddamn wind blows machine is updating as we speak, and it makes me sick. I mean, am I still on the fucking air here? What a piece of shit, man. I'm telling you, you know what? Microsoft, you suck. Your products suck. Everything sucks, man. Am I still on the air? Can you all still hear me, man? I mean, somebody pause my goddamn computer's neg hole. Somebody pause my computer's neg hole, for fuck's sake, man. Damn it! I'm just trying to do a fucking broadcast here, man! God damn it! I'm just trying to do a fucking broadcast here! And here, what do I have? I got this goddamn fucking bullshit. Oh, Jesus, man. What a joke. What a fucking joke, man. Listen, I'm sorry, folks, that I'm a little upset. I'm a little angry here. But you know, you gotta understand where I'm coming from, man. I mean, I'm sitting here conducting a broadcast, right? And you know, I'm trying to see what's going on different windows, wind blows, and just everything is pausing, man. Everything is pausing like some faggot in heat or something. I don't know. I just. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna continue going. All right, I know they're trying to oy vey shut me down because I'm about to talk some things about Peter Strzok and the FBI and the intelligence agencies and all this stuff. I know they're trying to oy vey shut me down, but you know what? Fuck you! Anyway, let me get to the NASDAQ, for heaven's sake. The NASDAQ was down slightly, folks, 0.67 points on the negative. 0.67 points on the negative, a percentage decrease of 0.01%, closing out the NASDAQ at 7,854.45 points for the NASDAQ composite. Let's go ahead and go to the commodities and see what's going on there. As a matter of fact, folks, I wanted to remind you that the reason that we're seeing a slight bit of contraction in the cryptocurrency markets is because we are seeing an increase in the dollar spot. All right, it is up 0.12% at this point. So once again, when you see an increase in that dollar, be expecting it to be priced into the cryptocurrency market. And the same goes for the absolute reverse. Anyway, let's get to energy. Energy went up a little bit here in the past couple of days. Let's go to WTI sweet crude. It is up today 17 cents, a percentage increase of 0.25%, closing out WTI sweet crude at $68.39 per barrel of WTI sweet crude, Brent crude also up very slightly. It's up 4 cents, a percentage increase of 0.05%, closing out Brent crude at $72.94 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline also up 0.03%, excuse me. We've got natural gas up 0.2%, heating oil up 0.06%. Let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold down today, 30 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.02%, closing out gold at $1,227.60 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver up a penny, a percentage increase of 0.07%, closing out silver at $15.59 per troy ounce of silver. We've got copper up today, 0.33% is up today, 0.17%. Let's go ahead and get to the agriculture commodities. Grains, we've got corn down 0.07%. We've got wheat down 0.25%. Oats is down 0.52%. Rough rice is up 0.89%. We've got soybean up 0.15%, soybean oil down 0.07%, and canola is down 0.08%. Good God, let me have a drink of some of this tea, baby. Gotta excuse me, man. You know, I gotta drink something. I gotta simulate that I'm having some kind of a drink. Anyway, let's keep going here. Who else do we have? We've got the softs. Let's get to cocoa, baby. The base for chocolate, it continues to go down. It is down 2.42% decrease on the day. We've got coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me, okay? Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude. Please don't talk to me.
Shut up, you goddamn hipster fruit. We've got coffee down today, 1.01%. We've got sugar. Sugar is down 0.45%. Orange juice is down 0.99%. Cotton is down 0.29%. Lumber taking it on the teeth today. Lumber is down 2.91%. All right, and we've got rubber up 0.11%, and ethanol is down 0.07%. Let's go ahead and get to livestock. Now, live cattle has gone up here. I mean, I don't know if y'all noticed, but out here in San Antonio, out here in Texas, regardless if the damn steaks, if the damn lean hogs, if the damn live cattle is cheap, it's barbecue time out here in the summertime in Texas. So they're going to purposely, up the prices on that meat, and that's what I've been seeing. But even though they're up in the price, I'm still going to get myself a fat steak, barbecue that son of a bitch, make sure to there's many ways to barbecue it, but when it comes to a steak, I like a good steak that is barbecued with oak wood. Oak wood, you can mix a few charcoals in there. The thing I love about oak wood, it gives a very subtle flavor to the damn steak, man. It's just, oh my God, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just, mwah, it's just great, man. So, once again, if you're going to be barbecuing steak, you're going to be using any kind of wood, make sure to use some oak wood, and make sure, you cover, over the grill so that you can have some of that smoke penetrate that meat. It is great, baby. It is great. I know there's some people in the True Capitalist Radio chat room saying, I'm a hickory man myself. I'm not too big on hickory. I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing I like about hickory is hickory bacon. But when I have a hickory cooked steak, it's too woody. It's too woody. You know what it reminds me of when you have a hickory steak? Remember when you go to the doctor, they put that fucking piece of wood on your tongue and tell you, open your mouth, boy, and they put that fucking tongue in the back of your throat? That's what that shit reminds me of. The taste of that wooden, little crap that you'll throw your tongue down with. That's what it reminds me of. I just, to each their own, I know there's a lot of people who like hickory, but I definitely do like oak on a steak. When it comes to Look, I don't mean to get off on a little small soliloquy about barbecue woods here, but I do like pecan wood. All right, we have a lot of pecan trees out here in Texas. The pecan wood is very, very flavorful. Applewood is also very nice, and of course, the infamous Texas mesquite is also very good. But mesquite has a very pungent flavor. It does change the flavor of the meat. So, but it's a Texas thing. Us out here in Texas, we love mesquite. It grows all over the place. So I'm just giving information. Just a little side information here. Hey, what's going on? Are we on the air or what? Hold on. What's going on here? Hold on. In and out for Christ. What the fuck? Shit! Hey, folks, I don't know what the hell's going on. Now, this fucking computer, man. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me, for Christ's sake? I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not even kidding around. I mean, what's going on? Can y'all hear me? Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you. I mean, fucking wind blows is updating, and I'm telling you, man, I mean, it is slowing down my computer. It is pissing me the fuck off. I'm sorry if I'm cursing too much. I'm sorry if I sound like some petulant child or some shit, but I am so sick of having to deal with this crap. I mean, this is the kind of crap you have when you're independent. When you're independent, when you're putting up your own stream, when you got your own website, this is the kind of crap that you got to deal with, for Christ's sake. It pisses me off. But anyway, it was good to talk a little bit about some barbecue there, baby. I love barbecue. I love barbecue, boy. That's what I've been doing all summer. Anyway, live cattle, folks, is up 1.98% increase on the day. Cattle feeder is up 2.10% on the day. And lean hog, folks, lean hog is down 0.53% on the day. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. All right, I hope that you got through this listening to it, because we've been having a lot of technical difficulties because of this fucking wind blows update. Makes me sick, by the way, that I even have to put up with this shit. Give me my freaking tea. That doesn't sound manly. Give me my tea. I should sound like some Englishman. Oh, give me my tea, Give me my tea. Jesus Christ, man. I'm just trying to do a broadcast here. All right? I'm just trying to do a broadcast, and you know what? Again, it's pausing again. The fucking feds are trying to pause my goddamn computer's neg hole, and I don't appreciate it one goddamn bit. Let me close some windows or something. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm just trying to have a broadcast here. Fuck! Anyway, folks, I don't know if you people can hear me or what, but you can tell that there's something going on with the computer. These people, wind blows is updating. And, whenever this happens, because this will happen, it doesn't happen often. It happens like, I don't know, it seems like they want to fucking update this son of a bitch like every other week or every week or something of that nature. Ugh. And every time that I'm on the it's not even when I'm on the broadcast, man. I mean, I use the internet for a lot of shit. I don't have any kind of cable television. I use the television. So, I mean, this is, when shit like this happens, it's definitely going to put a damper on my evening. And Jesus, here we go again, man. I mean, I can't believe this. I can't fucking believe this. I mean, this is ruining the show. This is ruining the show. Anyway, look, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread this show link around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is ghost.report. All right, that's what you type in your browser. Add to your favorites, add to your bookmarks, ghost.report. All right? And by the way, folks, if you have not done so, yourself a free goddamn phone. It's very easy to do. All you got to do is go to the website, gab.ai, and get yourself a free goddamn account there. It's the last bastion of freedom of speech on the internet today. All right? And once you go there, you can find me under the name Politics Ghost. All right? On that social media site, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, okay? And by the way, here, I can't do shit on this fucking computer. Fuck you, Bill Gates! Fuck you! Shit, man! Plenty of RAM. It's got plenty of fucking processor speed. It's got plenty of everything. But no, wind blows just decides that whenever the hell it wants to update, it's just going to update. And yeah, I know I'm cutting in and out, am I? Am I cutting in and out now? Am I cutting in and out? Fuck! Fuck! Jesus fucking Christ! Oh my God! Hold on, everybody, bear with me for fuck's sake! Jesus fucking Christ! I mean, it pisses me off, man. It pisses me off, man. Fuck you! Fuck you! Please bear with me on the technical difficulties, folks, okay? I know that I may be cutting in and out here. It is not my fault. We are currently in a fucking wind blows update right in the fucking middle of a fucking show! Fuck! I mean, Jesus, I'm just trying to do a fucking show, man! I mean, why does this shit have to fucking happen when I'm doing a broadcast? You understand? I'm just so sick of this shit, man. You know what? I'm going to cancel the fucking show if this keeps going on, man. I'm not even kidding around. I'm going to cancel the fucking show and wait for this fucking dumb, stupid fucking wind blows operating fucking system to update. If I keep having this kind of fucking problems, I'm not even kidding around. And listen, why am I going to update to, why am I going to downgrade to Windows 7? That doesn't even make any sense. I fucking purchased a brand new computer just for this fucking show. We're fucking having to deal with problems. All right, folks, listen, please bear with me, all right? I mean, I am so done with fucking wind blows. I'm so sick. All right? Jesus Christ, man. Please bear with me, folks. All right, I mean, I am sorry that I'm having to go through all this garbage. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, I've closed almost everything, and it's still pausing like a fucking egg. Some pause hole pausing an egg hole. I'm sick of this shit, man. Anyway, folks, look, I'm sorry that I'm getting off keister. I'm sorry if I'm getting upset. But I'm just, Anyway, let me just try to continue here, folks. All right, let me see if I can get a. I almost want to just fucking end the show here, man. I mean, seriously, I'm off the rhythm here. I'm off the whole shit. I mean, I'm trying to close out all these fucking programs to see if it'll fucking help, and it doesn't look like it, for Christ's sake. It's just going to keep fucking downloading. It's going to keep fucking updating, for Christ's sake, man. I've got important shit to talk about over here, and I'm being oy-veyed shut down. I'm being oy-veyed shut the fuck down. Anyway, folks, look, I'm sorry, man. I'm pissed off, man. I'm just so fucking upset at this shit. I mean, this is. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just. I mean, it's just. Yeah. I just get jaded, man. You know. I just get jaded. I'm fucking doing all this bullshit, like myself. You know what I mean? And it's just overwhelming at times. That's why sometimes you'll hear me bitch and moan about, like, you know, oh man, you know, fucking, you know, fuck! I don't want to put up with this shit! I don't want to put up with this shit, man! Anyway, folks, look, I'm sorry that I'm wasting time bitching and moaning about fucking wind blows, but, I mean, man, you know, you try to do everything you can to prepare this show. You know, you try to do everything. I mean, I try to prepare, try to do this, try to do that. And something always has to fuck up, you know? Something always has to fuck up, and it pisses me off. Anyway, we were in the second hour, like 9 minutes in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody to spread it around like wildfire. Somebody's asking me if I had chicken earlier today. You know what? That's funny that you say that. I had chicken last night. I had 2 chicken breasts last night. Jesus Christ. And hey, XXY, fucking, you're kicked out. I'm not putting up with this troll shit. All right? Get that fucking idiot out of here. Get XSI. I'm fucking ban this fucking piece of crap. Get him out! You're banned, you piece of shit! Get out of here! You're not gonna talk shit to me in my own fucking chat room! Get out! I don't give a shit if you're paying $5. You're nothing but a faggot in here anyway! Get out! Get the fuck out! Fucking idiot. And that goes for anybody else, too, that wants to sit out there and want to talk garbage to me on my own fucking chat room. Go fuck yourself. Stupid idiot. Anyway, let's, before I move on with the broadcast, all right? Before I move on with the broadcast, I'd like to remind everybody, okay, that aside from the autograph that we've got up and running, okay, for for sale, I am also putting up, folks. I don't know if y'all seen a Russian hacker garb and a Russian hacker apparel. Now, the reason I'm putting up this Russian hacker apparel, folks, is because I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. All right? I'm sick and tired of hearing about all this bullshit. Hold on. Hey, MAGA, listen, I'm not in the mood for this shit, okay? All right? If you're going to troll me in my own fucking chat room, I'm going to kick you the fuck out. I'm not even kidding around. I'm not in the fucking mood for this crap. Look at XXY, thought it was fucking cute. They're gone. XXY is gone, and whoever the fuck XXY was, go fuck yourself. Anyway, I'm sorry. I know. I'm not getting discouraged. Everything's all right. I'm just, I got people in here talking garbage. In my own chat room, I got people talking garbage. This ain't a troll show anymore, faggots. This ain't a goddamn troll show anymore. Anyway, Jesus Christ, man. Let me go ahead and post the Russian hacker apparel. It's right now. I just put it on the Gab right now. It's the first post. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. The reason I did this is because we got to troll this shit out of existence. I mean, this whole media hoopla about Russian hackers and about how they're just this, I don't know, this undefeatable force. You know, I mean, they're just this, like, super digital terrorists. And, man, let's just be honest. I mean, okay, there's some Russian hackers out there that are pretty decent when it comes to fraud and obtaining your credit card information and obtaining, you know, personal information for identity theft. But let's be honest. These Russian hackers ain't that great, man. I mean, come on. I hate how the media propagates like these Russian hackers being these like fucking super digital, hackers from hell that can hack that's just bullshit. That is the biggest lie that's being propagated by our media, by our deep state. And I think, in my personal opinion, folks, we need to troll it back at them. We need to troll it back at them. And if you have not seen, I just posted on my Gab the Russian hackers apparel. Now, I want to be honest, if you are not going to purchase one of these, I don't blame you, whatever. But please spread that Russian hackers link like wildfire, because you'll be supporting the show, and people may want to purchase the shirt, you know what I mean, or the mug, or the hoodie, or the sticker. All right? I'm not even kidding around. If you're not looking at the shirt, what it is what looks like Putin in a hoodie in front of a laptop, and on the bottom it says Russian hackers. I'm telling you this right now, man. You can't find something like this right now. I mean, this is the shirt, all right? This is the shirt. This is the mug. This is the hoodie. This is the sticker. And like I said, if you're not going to purchase it, man, put it on your Facebook. Put it on your Twitter. It is not affiliated with the show. So if you're worried that,
oh, well, they're gonna know that I listen to the True Capitalist Radio,
I tried to make it as ambiguous as possible so that if a leftist comes across it and looks at it, they'll read the description and be like,
yeah, you know what? I want one of those because, yeah, Russian hacked the election.
Okay? Yes, and there is an Inner Circle discount, so I'll give the Inner Circle discount later on tonight. But yes, check it out. All right, please spread the link of this particular Russian shirt, because leftists may buy it. We may have right-wing folks that'll buy it, white nationalists and alt-righters buying it. You know what I mean? Woo! I'm telling you, and listen, it's a cool shirt, man. It's a cool goddamn shirt, for Christ's sake. I'm not even kidding. That's a badass shirt. I'm going to get one. It's got Vladimir Putin in a fucking hoodie in front of a goddamn laptop, and under it says Russian hackers. Check out my Gab. Look at my Gab. And like I said, if you're not going to purchase one, man, post it around like wildfire on your Twitter, on your Facebook. Throw it everywhere, all right? Anyway, speaking of Russian hackers, let's go ahead and talk about the president. Now, the reason I want to talk about the president is because the triggering continues after the Trump-Putin summit in Helsinki, Finland. And like I said in the last broadcast, what is everybody making much to do about nothing as it relates to this Trump-Putin summit? There was no signed agreements. There was no capitulation. That nothing happened at this meeting. I mean, they make it sound as if we gave away 70% of our uranium to Russia or something. Oh, wait a minute. That's what Obama and Clinton did. I mean, this was nothing more than a meeting to mend fences. And I can understand why Trump is adamant about mending fences with Russia, because just like the president said in the press conference with Putin, that 90% of the world's nuclear weapons reside in America and Russia. And if America and Russia can have a friendly relationship, doesn't mean we have to be allies, doesn't mean we have to trade intelligence, doesn't mean that we have to trade weapon technology. If we can be friendly to one another to where we understand that we have a mutual assured destruction type of a relationship, then we could potentially reshape this globalist order that these institutionalist globalists have been trying to put forth for the past 150 years and completely rearrange it, change it. You understand? I mean, I'm not kidding around. And I know that that's what Trump has on his agenda, because lest we forget, folks, in his agenda, the Make America Great Again agenda, he wants to make America a superpower again. He doesn't want it to play second or third fiddle to a European Union. He doesn't want it to play second or third fiddle to a China, or even Russia for that matter. But when it comes to actual warfare, you want to be able to put out any kind of fire that could potentially enrage a superpower like Russia. Because lest we forget, we had a Cold War with Russia. And in that Cold War, we had nuclear proliferation on a grand scale. And that's why the president reemphasized that 90% of the nuclear weapons reside in the United States and in Russia, and they're both pointing at each other. We've got, I don't know how many thousands of nuclear weapons pointed at Russia, and they've got, I don't know how many thousands of nuclear weapons pointed at us. And that was a point of emphasis of the Trump-Putin summit. Trump wanted nuclear deproliferation. He wanted to roll back the amount of nuclear weapons that both Russia and America has. And the reason is, folks, is because we don't need that many nuclear weapons. I mean, we need defense. We need peace through strength. But we don't need these nuclear weapons pointed at each other, because if one of us pushes the button, not only is it mutually assured destruction for each one of our countries, but it could be mutually assured destruction for the entire world. The nuclear fallout of such an attack, even those who can survive in other parts of the world will be probably killed off by the nuclear fallout. And that's what's really scary. That's why I am rather perplexed that the Democrats and the lamestream media are pissed off that Trump didn't wave his finger in Putin's face and try to make Putin look like an idiot. I mean, anyone with any kind of common sense knows that that's not how you conduct diplomacy, especially with a power like Russia, like Trump said, who has part of 90% of the world's nuclear weapons with the United States. And I'm just surprised that the Democrats, who like to tout themselves as the diplomatic party, are now pissed off at the president that he didn't start a war with Putin because of alleged meddling into our elections. And let's be honest, folks, all right, as much as they want to tout this Russian hacker nonsense, they keep using this word meddling. What the hell does that mean? That means that they may or may not have used certain vehicles of internet, media, etc. to try to persuade the minds of certain people in the United States to vote a certain way. I mean, isn't that what we're all trying to do? I mean, isn't that what everybody in America who has a blog, who has a vlog, who has a podcast, I mean, isn't that what we're all trying to do? We're trying to convince people to go out and to vote for a candidate or vote for a political persuasion. I mean, I just can't believe that they have used this Trump-Russia nonsense, and it's gone from Russia hacking to Russia meddling to collusion. I mean, that's enough. It's completely enough. And we have establishment Republicans trying to go at our president now. And those establishment Republicans going after Trump, you know where their true colors are. I mean, you saw little Marco come out, right? Little Marco now finds an opportunity to take a pop shot at Trump. We got doll-hair Trey Gowdy taking a pop shot at Trump. Of course, Lindsey Graham shows his fucking true colors, coming out with his faggy-sounding Southern voice on Trump. Of course, John McCain, who should have died months ago. Hey, John McCain, hurry up and die! Hurry up and die, John McCain, you fucking traitor! You're a traitor! I mean, you got all these people in the establishment Republicans trying to talk garbage to our president when our president did nothing. I mean, I would be the first one bitching if the president had capitulated anything to Russia. Had he pulled out United States troops out of Poland, had he allowed the annexation of Crimea, had he, just did any kind of capitulation to Russia. He did nothing. It was a nothing burger meeting. The only intention of the meeting was to mend fences. And truth be told, like the article I read by Pat Buchanan in the latter part of the show on Monday, maybe the reason why we have this troubled relationship with Russia has a lot to do with the previous administrations and the promises they made and the promises they didn't keep. I'm just saying. And look, the Democrats and the establishment Republicans and the media, oh my God. The media, what a bunch of lying scumbags. They put out John Brennan, the ex-CIA director, which we're going to talk a little bit about in just a second, coming out and saying that the president committed treason. What the fuck did Trump do? He didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. He didn't capitulate anything. Do you understand, folks, what the establishment and the media are trying to do to our president? They're trying to make him look like an idiot. And they're trying to turn the intelligence agencies against Trump by suggesting that he doesn't believe the intelligence assessment of how Russia meddled into United States elections. Hey, everybody meddles into elections. It's the internet especially. You got people in the UK that are out here on the internet promoting their favorite candidate for the United States Senate, for the United States Congress, for the United States presidency. Because individual citizens of other countries participate into promoting a certain candidate, does that mean that that country is meddling? Don't believe the hype on the mainstream media, folks. Our president did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. No capitulation, no signed agreements, nothing. It's a nothing burger. But I'll tell you what's not a nothing burger, okay, folks? And what's the crux of the whole problem and the reason why everybody in the media is talking garbage about our president is because he suggested that he may not believe the assessment by the DOJ and the FBI that 12 Russians that were indicted last Friday by Rod Rosenstein, it's questionable on whether they did or didn't have anything to do with the DNC server hacks. Now, for you folks that have been listening to me for the past couple of days, or the past couple of shows, you know that I have made it very well known that the DNC, the Democrats, refused to allow the FBI to investigate their servers. Refused to allow any kind of federal official investigation into the Democrat servers. Instead, the Democrat servers were forwarded to a forensic computer analyst, a company by the name of CloudStrike. Now, for you folks that are unfamiliar with CloudStrike, this is one of these private computer forensic companies that does private investigations into computer fraud, into computer hacking, etc. Okay? Now, what's funny about this is that the FBI and the DOJ and their indictment of these 12 Russians this past Friday is based upon the evidence culminated by this third-party private computer forensic analyst at CloudStrike. Now, what's very interesting, folks, is that CloudStrike, all right, the analyst who ran forensics on the DNC servers, actually worked for Robert Mueller at the FBI. Yeah. Can you believe that? Yeah. The CloudStrike analyst, the private third-party forensic analyst company that got a hold of the DNC servers and that did the forensic investigation on those servers and claimed that these 12 Russians were the ones that hacked the DNC servers, came from this CloudStrike company. And the analyst who ran the forensics on these servers at CloudStrike, not only did he work for Robert Mueller at the FBI, but he was in fact personally promoted at the FBI by Robert Mueller himself when Robert Mueller was the FBI director. Now, how in the hell is Robert Mueller going to continue on with this special counsel and we continue to yank out conflicts of interest? I mean, how much more does Robert Mueller need to be yanked out of the goddamn closet of conflict of interest before, people start realizing, hey, you know what, this isn't good here. This seems a little fraudulent. Robert Mueller seems like he has bias. I mean, give me a freaking break. You know that Robert Mueller and his special counsel have already spent over $20 million on this Russia-Trump investigation, for Christ's sake? Oh, my God. Give me a break. Let me continue going on, for Christ's sake. I'm not even kidding. This is what the FBI is doing here. This is why I continue to say that the FBI is literally a rogue organization that does not have the American special interest at hand, the Americans' best interest at hand. Now, aside from that, folks, aside from Robert Mueller knowing and personally promoting the analyst who looked over these Democrat servers at CloudStrike, the third-party private analyst, we also got more connections going on. The Clinton campaign counsel, Mark Elias, hired CloudStrike to write an unusual public report blaming Russia for hacking the DNC back in June of 2016. Now, that's very interesting, but what's even more interesting is that same month, June 2016, that same month, Mark Elias, the Clinton campaign counsel, hired Fusion GPS and Christopher Steele to write the Trump dossier, pinning the hacking on not just Russia, but also the Trump campaign. So, folks, this is one complete conspiratorial attempt, once again, trying to bring down Trump by utilizing all the swamp resources necessary, because all these people are all connected. All right? All these people are all connected. The swamp is all connected with one another. So once again, let me repeat this one more again, all right? The private company, CloudStrike, and the analyst from CloudStrike who ran forensics on the DNC servers worked for Robert Mueller at the FBI and was promoted personally by Robert Mueller, who is now in charge of the Russia-Trump Council. Now, back in 2016, June of 2016, the Clinton campaign counsel Mark Elias hired CloudStrike to write an unusual report blaming Russia for hacking the DNC in 2016. So they're utilizing that report. I'm talking the DOJ and the FBI and Robert Mueller to indict these supposed 12 Russian hackers. And once again, Russian hackers, the infamous Russian hackers, that we're never going to see an indictment for. We're never going to see them brought to justice. It was a nothing burger. And listen, aside from Mark Elias, the Clinton campaign counsel, hiring CrowdStrike to write a public report blaming Russia for hacking the DNC in June of 2016, the same month, June of 2016, Mark Elias hired Fusion GPS and Christopher Steele to write the Trump dossier, pinning the hacking on not just Russia but the Trump campaign. Now, let's continue going because this rabbit hole continues to go down even further. Now, the DNC Clinton lawyers were old friends with former director Robert Mueller's computer forensic analyst. That's why they hired him and his firm CrowdStrike to run the forensics on the alleged Russian hacking of the DNC system. And then all of a sudden, voila! The analyst quickly concluded that it was Russians. And that's why at the press conference with Putin, President Trump said that he wants to see the servers. He wants to see the Democrat servers. And by God, so do I. So do I. I want to see the Democrat servers, for Christ's sake, man. And once again, how many more conflicts of interest does Robert Mueller have to be exposed for before we end this witch hunt of Russia-Trump? I mean, how many more conflicts of interest, man? Seriously, how many more conflicts of interest does Robert Mueller have to be fucking exposed for before we start realizing that not only should we disband the goddamn investigation of the fucking Russia-Trump, this Robert Mueller special counsel, not only should we end it, we should be investigating Robert Mueller himself. Robert Mueller himself! But as I've stated many times, are these people too big to jail? I mean, are these people too big to jail, man? I mean, I've given you ample information on how the swamp protects one another. I can't believe this, man. But once again, this is America. This is the America that we're living in, folks. This is it. This is it. And you know, how come nobody really talks about these issues in the mainstream media? I mean, this is conflict of interest. I mean, Robert Mueller, I mean, not only knowing the analyst at CrowdStrike, but personally promoting him within the FBI. And not to mention the 12 Democrats that Robert Mueller hired for his special counsel. Not to mention that he put Peter Strzok on that special counsel and Lisa Page on that special counsel. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk about our boy, Peter Strzok, shall we? Now, folks, fasten your goddamn seatbelts because we're about to take a trip into a rabbit hole that I don't even know where this goes. I don't know where this leads. But it's definitely anti-America. It's definitely treasonous. And why the mainstream media isn't talking about this, I have no fucking idea. But our friend, Peter Strzok, the disgraced FBI agent, who, lest we forget, is the head of counterintelligence at the FBI, Peter Strzok, grew up in Iran, folks, believe it or not. Oh, he grew up in Iran. Now, what is it with the Obama administration and these connections with Iran? Can you explain this to me? I mean, lest we forget, folks, that the Obama administration gave $250 billion for Iran to supposedly halt their nuclear ambitions, 1.5 billion of that in cold, hard cash. Cold, hard cash. Now, how do we know that Peter Strzok grew up in Iran? Well, his father, Peter Strzok II, or Peter Strzok Jr., or Senior, Peter Strzok Sr., he worked for Bell Helicopter out in Iran. And lest we forget that Peter Strzok, the FBI agent, he was born in the late 60s. He attended the American school in Iran up to 1978 until it was closed down. And then and lest we forget, before I get ahead of myself, lest we forget that the American school in Iran, both Peter Strzok's father and mother were both teachers there. Okay? And if you take a look at my Gab, folks, all right, you scroll down a couple of posts, I post an article of Peter Strzok's father being written about, and he's promoting the Ayatollah. I mean, he is promoting the Ayatollah in this article. If you go to my Gab right now, scroll down 1, 2, 3, 4 posts, and go down to tonight at 6:30 on True Capitalist Radio, disgraced agent, FBI agent Peter Strzok was raised in Iran. Below is an article of Strzok's father promoting the Ayatollah. Let me read you some of this, all right? All right, this is about Peter Strzok's father. America as a country is despised because it was seen as a supporter of the Shah in Iran. But individual Americans were treated well in respect to the crisis in Iran, according to former Gilman area man who left that Asian nation February 6th. Peter Strzok, 43, son of Mr. and Mrs. Mike Strzok, now living in Eau Claire, said he hopes the government of the Ayatollah Khomeini would stabilize the country. Quote, I'd like very much to go back to Iran, said Strzok, who spent 2 terms of military service and 7 months as a civilian in the country. On the issue of treatment of Americans in Iran, Strzok, who was a support unit manager for Bell Helicopter Inc., said the resentment of America was because Iran linked the U.S. involved with the Shah. That's the Shah of Iran. Recently, when Iranians saw Americans, they would yell, "Death to the Shah," at the time, he said. Strzok said individually Americans did not suffer any physical violence at the hand of the Iranians. He said 2 American officials had been killed, and one of the deaths may have come in a robbery rather than an assassination. When you have a country where hundreds were killed and only 2 Americans out of the thousands in that country were slain, you can't make a case of physical violence against Americans, Strzok said. He noted even in the attack on the American embassy, there were no Americans killed. He said there were as many as 45,000 Americans working in Iran as late as October. This was in 1981, if I'm not mistaken, 1979, this article. And with dependents, that number may have been as many as 70,000. Strzok said it was a combination of several groups that brought about the downfall of the Shah. He said he hoped Ayatollah Khomeini would be able to unite those factions and form a stable government. He said he expected the United States to have good relationship with the new government because the country needs American technology. Uniting the factions is going to be a major problem, Strzok said. They're all joined together to oppose the Shah, and some of them may want to go a different direction. Strzok said that the communist element is strong in Iran, not so much because of the numbers, but because the communists are extremely well organized and everything they do has a purpose. He said some of the problems which seem to exist are not necessarily the doings of the Khomeini supporters, but rather separate groups, including the one which attacked the U.S. Embassy. He said from his observations, the high school students who who blocked the streets and yelled the chants were not the ones leading the overthrow of the Shah. He said the workers in downtown Tehran were the ones who brought about the revolution. The Shah's government was very corrupt, Strzok said, and it got to the point where the workers could not tolerate it any longer because many of the promises of housing, jobs, and better living conditions never came about. It got to a point where the Shah had to go and the people learned how much money some of his top government officials were taking out of the country. And Strzok also said he sensed a change was in the making when he returned to Iran last July after retiring as a lieutenant colonel with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. It was the first time I had heard the working people speaking out openly and criticizing the Shah and the corruption of the government, he said. It was a consensus sort of thing, he added. The situation deteriorated to a point, he said, that it was announced in December that the American school at Tehran would not reopen in January and would be closed until the following fall. After the announcement, Strzok's wife and 8-year-old son, Peter, returned to the U.S. January 6th. The school, Strzok said, had 3,500 students and was the largest American school outside of the States. His wife was a teacher there. Strzok, who was working for a firm which sold and serviced 2,000 helicopters for the Iranian government, said he feels Iran has some strong points which may enable Khomeini government to survive. The major one being that there is a stronger element of management now than ever before. On the negative side, he said the factions within the country, based on economic, religious, ethnic, and tribal differences, could create problems. Strzok said he enjoyed living in Iran, as did most Americans in the country, and that he'd like to go back. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful country. The only regret I had was that since July, with the martial law, that we didn't have the opportunity to travel about more. Strzok, whose job with Bell Textron was terminated when he left Iran, is already making plans to fly to Saudi Arabia early next week to check out a new job with a construction enterprise. And you know what, folks? Guess what that construction enterprise in Saudi Arabia that Peter Strzok Sr. was hired? The Bin Laden Construction Group. Oh, that's right. Peter Strzok's father worked for the Bin Laden goddamn fucking construction group, folks. I kid you not. That's Peter Strzok's father. Now, with that being said, folks, I'm going to be completely honest. Since the Strzok family at that particular time was kicked out of Iran, Strzok's father found work with the Bin Laden Construction Company in Saudi Arabia. And if you want my personal opinion, folks, I believe that Peter Strzok is a CIA operative within the FBI. Now, the reason I say this, folks, is because everything out of Saudi Arabia is CIA. I mean, Osama bin Laden was CIA. I mean, did you know that his CIA operative name, his operation name was Tim Osman? Tim Osman. As a matter of fact, let me see if you could still Google that. I remember last year and in 2016, when you Googled Tim Osman, it would basically tell you that it was the CIA name of Osama bin Laden. And now, why was the bin Laden family a part of the CIA? Because, folks, Saudi Arabia was a CIA-created entity. I mean, Saudi Arabia, folks, owns more of our debt than any other country in the world. And that was recently exposed in a Bloomberg expose back in 2016. I mean, it was a Freedom of Information Act request that shows that Saudi Arabia owns about 70% of our debt, and that particular agreement was agreed to right after the 70s oil embargo due to the Israeli war. So Saudi Arabia is highly connected with the CIA. I mean, lest we forget, Bandar Bush, remember Prince Bandar? Bandar was head of intelligence at Saudi Arabia. The reason they called him Bandar Bush, because he was really good friends with Bush Sr. Bush Sr., CIA head, and not to mention a very hardcore CIA operative. But let's continue, okay? So we know Peter Strzok was raised in Iran until the Ayatollah kicked out all Americans. He moved to Saudi Arabia with his father, his father got a job at the Bin Laden construction company. I personally believed he was tapped for the CIA in Saudi Arabia. And, folks, I want to be completely honest here. Peter Strzok, aside from him being raised in Iran and growing up in Saudi Arabia, being the head of counterintelligence now for the FBI. But let's go back to the Iranian nuke deal. Did you know that Peter Strzok, Mr. FBI counterintelligence, was the liaison for the Obama administration, bringing together the Iranian government and the American government to comprise this Iranian nuke deal? Yeah. Oh, this is all facts. These are all facts. How come nobody's talking about this shit? Peter Strzok was the liaison who was personally picked by Brennan, who was the CIA director, John Brennan, the CIA director at the time. And let's be honest, folks, John Brennan, the ex-CIA director, is a complete and utter fucking anti-American scumbag. Aside from him voting for communists back in the 70s, it has been alleged that this idiot has converted to Islam, all right? And the reason that we are convinced that he converted to Islam is because he spent a considerable amount of time in Saudi Arabia himself. Once again, you do time in Saudi Arabia, you seem to get tapped for the CIA. Okay? And Brennan, for whatever reason, personally tapped Peter Strzok to be the liaison for the Iranian nuke deal. Now, what would an FBI guy be doing in being the liaison for a fucking CIA, for CIA director and the Obama administration? Because Peter Strzok obviously has some very close connections in Iran. And lest we forget, folks, that Obama's top advisor, Valerie Jarrett, you remember the broad that Roseanne Barr was making fun of, calling her half Planet of the Apes, half Arab or something? Valerie Jarrett, the top advisor for Obama, she was raised in Iran. Now, what is it with Iran and the Obama administration? Well, folks, I don't know. I can tell you this right now. I have still not figured that out. I mean, remember, Obama and his administration, they were the ones that called off a federal operation in which federal investigators were not only surveying but attempting to take down the Hezbollah network in America, in which they were utilizing used car sales to funnel money back to Hezbollah in Lebanon. And you can look this up. This is on Google. Put in Hezbollah Obama stand down, and you can read all about it. All right? You can read all about it. But, I mean, lest we forget that, lest we forget all the connections to Iran, let's ask ourselves, why did Peter Strzok protect Hillary Clinton, right? If Peter Strzok is a CIA operative within the FBI, why did he help Hillary Clinton? Well, folks, let's talk a little bit about Peter Strzok Sr. again, okay? Now, Peter Strzok Sr. was a director of an organization called the Catholic Relief Services. the Catholic Relief Services, CRS, believe it or not, they actually did some charity work in Haiti back in the day. And right now, as we speak, the Clinton Foundation and the Catholic Relief Services are both doing business with each other in where? Haiti! So, you see, folks, Peter Strzok is not helping Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton has something over his head. He's helping Hillary Clinton because he's a globalist in our FBI. These people are ideological. Do you understand what I'm saying, folks? This is an ideological battle. These people truly believe in globalism. They truly believe in a globalist system. And not only is it Peter Strzok, folks, we got a plethora of people in Washington, D.C. that are agents for this globalist system. And they're all connected to each other. They're all connected. Because, lest we forget, folks, Peter Strzok, who was the head of counterintelligence at the FBI, was good friends with none other than James Comey. James Comey, where the hell did he come from? He all of a sudden became the director of the FBI. Where the hell did he come from? Well, folks, James Comey worked for the law firm that does all the taxes and legal work for the Clinton family. Yeah, that's where James Comey came from. And lest we forget, if we want to really go look into James Comey's work at that law firm, I think that we need to look into the, what is it, that one bank, HBCS or some shit, HBC Bank? A lot of money laundering for drug money thanks to James Comey out of there. I don't want to get into that. That's a whole other fucking, situation. You can do that research yourself. But James Comey worked for the same law firm that does the taxes and every other legal situation for the Clintons. The Clintons' personal attorney. Guess who else worked for that law firm? That's the Clintons' personal attorney. Aside from James Comey, none other than Loretta Lynch. Oh, Loretta Lynch. Why do you think Loretta Lynch gave the authority to prosecute Hillary Clinton to James Comey? Because none of those people were going to prosecute Hillary Clinton. Because these people are ideological globalists. This has nothing to do with like nepotism or friendship or Hillary Clinton has something over these guys' heads. It's about ideological globalism. HSBC, thank you for the chat room. Redemption, thank you very much, man. HSBC was the bank that you should maybe do some research on James Comey when he did work for the Clinton family law firm. Take a look at the money laundering he did for drug dealers and stuff. I'm just saying. Now, aside from Comey and Loretta Lynch being involved in the Clinton family law firm, working at the Clinton family law firm, let's add one more character out of this law firm that has been in the media. Y'all remember that one Arab that they brought to the DNC with his wife in a hijab because his son died in Iraq? Remember that guy? I forgot his name. That Khan. That guy's name, his last name was Khan. Remember he got on CNN and talked garbage about our president? Remember he talked garbage about Trump? Donald Trump, you've got a black soul. You've got a black soul. Donald Trump, you've got a black soul. You remember Khan. Remember we found his goddamn email address in the leaked Ashley Madison leaks. You remember that? Ashley Madison leaks. And, what was his tag, or what was his screen name on the Ashley Madison leaks? Kinky Liquor? Kinky Liquor. Oh, my, yeah, Khizr Khan. There you go. Khizr Khan. Oh, my God. That's what his name was. Anyway, Khizr Khan, Mr. Donald Trump, you got a black soul. This guy worked for the Clinton family law firm. So all these people are connected, folks. All these people are connected. The swamp protects each other. And that's why Donald Trump is trying to expose each and every one of these dirty, corrupt, criminalistic crevices. And every time they try to do something against Trump, it fails. The problem is they've got the lamestream media able to kind of curve the narrative, kind of reshape the narrative. And that's why you have mainstream media, you've got Silicon Valley oligarchs, you've got all kinds of people trying to bring down independent media like this podcast that you're listening to out here. They're trying to silence us. They're trying to demonetize us. They're trying to make it very hard for us to convey this information. And folks, this information is absolutely a fact. So, once again, folks, that's why Peter Strzok looked so cocky and arrogant and had his smirk on his face. Because, folks, this is a CIA agent working within the FBI. And that's why, and like I said, folks, don't forget that this guy was not only the head of counterintelligence, but he was the lead investigator into the Clinton email investigation, which, of course, she got exonerated. And lest we forget that it was Peter Strzok that removed the words gross negligence from the Comey speech that he gave exonerating Clinton. He erased gross negligence and put in careless and unsophisticated instead. Because careless and unsophisticated, there is no statute to prosecute careless and unsophisticated people. There's only statutes to prosecute grossly negligent people. I mean, these people all are going to protect each other. And I ask you all, because the lamestream media is providing enough cover for these criminals, these corrupt assholes in the swamp, are these people ever going to see justice? Are these people ever going to go to prison? Are these people ever going to be prosecuted? Are these people too big to jail? Are they too big to jail? I'm starting to believe that they may be too big to jail, folks. I mean, what do you think? I mean, are they too big to jail? Once again, folks, Peter Strzok, raised in Iran. His father, Peter Strzok Sr., worked for the Catholic Relief Services. He was actually the director of the Catholic Relief Services. And the Catholic Relief Services right now, folks, is doing business with the Clinton Foundation in Haiti. This is all globalism. These are globalists. I mean, remember, the CIA wants globalism. They want it. And they are a corrupt group, a rogue agency. I mean, they have heart attack guns, for Christ's sake. Makes you wonder what happened to Andrew Breitbart. I mean, let me explain something to you, folks. The CIA has been kind of puppeteering chain of events, you know? Puppeteering chains of events, because since Bush Sr., the CIA has had a role in choosing our president. Bush Sr., of course, was a former director of the CIA. Now, Bill Clinton, I want you all to know, folks, that Bill Clinton wasn't elected, he was selected. I mean, lest we forget that he came out of nowhere after the New Hampshire primaries in 1992. Remember, they called him the comeback kid? They rigged those primaries for Bill Clinton to win. Why? Because Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are CIA. And if you don't believe me, folks, why don't you look in, and I've talked about this before, take a look at Mena, Arkansas. M-E-N-A, Arkansas. During the time that Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas, he allowed CIA operatives to use a small airport out of Mena, Arkansas, to bring in and out of the country cocaine from Nicaragua. Now, why was this happening? because the CIA wanted to fund operations that couldn't be traced or couldn't be asked about by Congress. They didn't want to have allocated taxpayer funds to be traced back to a lot of these black operations they were conducting in South America. Now, let me explain what happened. Because the CIA tapped the then Governor Bill Clinton in Arkansas to have his okay to use the Mena, Arkansas airstrip to bring cocaine in and out of the country, Bill Clinton became a CIA operative. And that's why he was rewarded with the presidency right after Bush Sr. And if you don't believe me, folks, do you think it's a coincidence that Bill Clinton and the Bushes are all hugging and kissing and going on vacation with each other and going on holidays with one another? I mean, Bush Sr. calls Bill Clinton his son. Bush Sr. calls Bill Clinton his son. I mean, Bush Jr. calls Bill Clinton his brother. And you want to know why they call each other family? Because they've committed crimes together. They've stolen together. They've committed corruption together. They've probably committed murders together. That's why these people are all close and family and all this bullshit. I mean, come on, man. I mean, wake up. Wake the fuck up. I mean, there was a movie about one of the operatives that were bringing in the cocaine in and out of Mena, Arkansas. As a matter of fact, it is a Tom Cruise movie that came out recently that nobody really has talked about. In that movie, Tom Cruise plays the CIA operative Barry Seal. Barry Seal. He was a CIA operative that could fly planes in and out of any kind of condition, evade radar. He'd be able to fly close to the waves to evade any kind of radar and be able to bring in and out cocaine by the ton in and out of Mena, Arkansas. Barry Seal. All right? Now, Barry Seal was going to turn state's evidence until they killed him prior to his testimony in front of a court of law. Now, folks, this is why I'm telling you all these people are all connected. I mean, they're all connected. I mean, they're all ideologically connected. They're all CIA. That's why I say Strzok is CIA. He was tapped CIA. That's why he thinks he's untouchable. I mean, when you're a part of the CIA, you're a made guy unless the CIA wants you dead. Because the CIA kills their own, okay? All right, I'm not kidding. I mean, if the CIA ever tried to recruit me, I would never take any kind of operation from the CIA. Ever. Ever. I mean, you're literally signing your own fucking death warrant if you're going to, be doing any kind of a goddamn operation with the CIA. Any kind whatsoever. And that's why I think people need to understand what the hell's going on here. As a matter of fact, let me show you how the CIA gets rid of their own here, okay? Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a clip. Let me go ahead and put it on my Gab account right now. And I'm going to put a clip on how the CIA gets rid of their own very easily without anybody knowing about it, all right? Let me go ahead and put this in here. This is how the CIA gets rid of their own. Sorry, folks. There we go. Hey, I got to do this myself, but I do want to let y'all know, man. I mean, this is not a game. I mean, this shit happens. All right? Here, let me go ahead and post it up right now. Take a look at my Gab right now. If y'all want to take a look at how the CIA kills their own, this is a clip of a CIA agent that was killed. Now, let me tell you how they killed him before you even view the actual footage. Now, this was hardcore CIA guy was in the CIA for 20-something years, did work, of course, for George W. Bush Sr., the whole 9 yards, okay? Well, he was pulled over by Houston police. And when you're a CIA agent, you are told never to disarm and never to be taken for any kind of hostage situation. And if you do, believe it or not, the CIA trains you to be able to withstand any kind of torture situation. Now, with that being said, this agent that I just posted on my Gab account, it's the first post, it says, this is how the CIA gets rid of their own. What happened is they put out some kind of a warrant for his arrest. And when the cops pull him over, he shows his CIA credentials and tells them that, yes, that, I'm armed. And the cops really don't know how to handle the situation. The cops did not really know how to handle the situation. So when they, you know how cops are, they call other units, they're calling their superiors. And their superiors were told to disarm and arrest the CIA agent. And the CIA agent, you can't be arrested, especially a hardcore agent like that. So what he did is, instead of complying and getting out of the car, he made a run for it. He made a run for it, and folks, one of those cops was paid to shoot and kill that agent. You can look it up right now. You can see the footage. It was on the dash cam. Take a look at my Gab. It was on the dash cam of the cops. And that's how they get rid of you when you're in the CIA. That's why I'm telling you right now, I will never be a CIA agent, ever. Ever. And none of you should be either. Once again, take a look at how the CIA gets rid of their own. Anyway, this is how our government has been ran. Our government has been ran by CIA operatives. And what did I tell you at the beginning of the broadcast? That the CIA was created with the intention of protecting the elites of America and their financial interests. Yeah. Once again, view that movie, Good Shepherd. It'll tell you the whole story of the CIA. It'll tell you that the CIA was created by the Skull and Bones fraternity in Yale University. And if you're not familiar with Skull and Bones, I strongly advise you to do a research on the Skull and Bones fraternity. You know that there are only 13 members that are tapped each year. 13 members of Skull and Bones that are personally tapped each year. And basically, these are blue bloods. These are the offspring of the elites. And they're tapped to be in this fraternity called Skull and Bones. And I don't even want to tell you the kind of sick, macabre crap that these people do. But I do want to tell you that many of our presidents were, in fact, Skull and Bones members. As a matter of fact, in 2004, when George W. Bush was running against his cousin, John Kerry, George W. Bush Jr. and John Kerry were cousins. Aside from them being kissing cousins, they were Skull and Bones fraternity members. Of all 350 million people in the United States who could run for president, two people happen to belong to the same fraternity at Yale University who only taps 13 members a year. These were the only two people running for president in the 2004 election? We couldn't find anybody else? Folks, I don't mean to digress, but the CIA was made to protect elites and their financial interests. Anyway, folks, we're now 10 minutes into the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread this show link around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And I love being independent now. Go ahead and type this into your browser and bookmark it, add it to your favorites, ghost.report. All right, that's the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, ghost.report. All right? And by the way, folks, if you have not done so, please follow me on Gab, the last bastion of freedom of speech and social media today. You can type in your browser right now, gab.ai. Get yourself a free account, man. Screw the Silicon Valley oligarchs, the Twitters, the Facebooks. Get on Gab, folks. This is pure user-generated content. I mean, the users dominate this social media, not some corporate edifice, all right? So once again, get yourself a Gab account and follow me under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. And once again, this is last call for the autographs, folks, okay? If you want yourself a Ghost autograph, this is the last call. All right, go to my Gab account, scroll down 1, 2, 3 posts. Go down to the post that says how to purchase a Ghost autograph and click the link. Click the actual video link and listen to the instructions on how you can obtain a Ghost autograph. And by the way, people have already received their Ghost autographs. All right? So we're going to send another batch probably tomorrow. But folks have already gotten it. Like I said, on the front, it's got the 2018 avatar of yours truly. It's got a signature of yours truly. I hand sign each and every one of these, and on the bottom it says, "Give me capitalism," or "Give me death." And on the back of it, it says, True Capitalist Radio at ghost.report with a microphone avatar. And on top of that, folks, you also get a spot and bottle cap that yours truly popped and drank. I guarantee it. All these Ghost relics, and by the way, we mail them in a nice manila envelope. All right, it's decorated. On the back of the manila envelope, you're going to see a United States stamp with a cowboy hat on it. So I hope some of you folks are looking out for your mail, okay? Don't let your mommy or your daddy or your grandma throw that shit away, all right? All right, because I ain't going to remail you another one. I'm just telling you that right now. So make sure to be on the lookout. And the reason I'm saying that, folks, is because some of you people didn't even put your damn names. So I put your damn handle, and hopefully it gets to you, and your mommy or daddy sees your handle like, what the hell is this? Go ahead, throw this away. This is junk here, boy. Be on the lookout for it, all right? And by the way, we've got some people who are just joining the True Capitalist Radio chat room. I will give you an invite right after this broadcast. I will be kicking it in the True Capitalist Radio chat room after this broadcast. If you want to come in and kick back with us, well then, by God, go to my Gab account right now. Go to the Gab, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe button for premium content, all right? Click the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, private message me on Gab with your Discord chat name, and I will give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. It's that damn easy. And look, I've got people in the chat room really appreciating the chat room now. Now that we kicked out all the autists, we kicked out all the tards, we kicked out all the trolls, we're talking serious political business, we're talking crypto and stocks in here, we're talking international relations, we're talking social criticisms. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you were in here when we doxed QAnon, we called him! We called him in the True Capitalist Radio chat room, and, you know, his grandma picked up, and, I mean, it was glorious, folks. We do all kinds of tomfoolery in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. Ask anybody who is a member of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, and they will say, It is a great chat room. I am glad to be in this chat room. You're goddamn right. Once again, go to my Gab account, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe button for premium content, baby. All right? So it's that simple. Anyway, let me move on now. I know I've been a little long-winded about a lot of stuff here, so let me move on to the next subject matter. Once again, Peter Strzok, raised in Iran, and we exposed that one, baby. We exposed that one. Anyway, let's continue going. I want to talk a little bit about James Comey calling on America to vote Democrat. I mean, why is James Comey calling on America to vote Democrat when he just had his boy, Peter Strzok, claiming that he had no political biases when he was the lead investigator on both the Hillary Clinton investigation and the Russia-Trump investigation? I mean, doesn't this prove bias? I mean, now that James Comey is calling on America to vote Democrat, doesn't it show the extreme bias in the FBI and how the FBI needs to be disbanded altogether? I mean, all these characters, Rod Rosenstein, Andrew McCabe, James Comey, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, all these sons of bitches, all these people have jeopardized the very integrity of our justice system. I mean, seriously. I mean, is there any justice when we have these people who are unelected, who think that they're above the law? When we have people that are a part of the deep state that are unelected, that think they can remove a duly elected president of the United States? I mean, these people are dangerous, and that's why the FBI needs to be disbanded. I mean, the FBI, the CIA, these are rogue organizations. They're rogue organizations, folks, and they should be disbanded. And what keeps these people loyal, all right? What keeps these people loyal to such devious, criminal, corrupt organizations? Folks, it's your quintessential your bureaucratic perks. Your bureaucratic perks. You get an annual salary. You get seniority pay every year that you're there, regardless of what kind of a job you do. You get benefits, so, after 30 years you retire and you get $3,000 a month just, for retirement. All that bullshit, health care, dental, this is why they do it. This is why they do it. That's what keeps them loyal, is the stability of income and obviously the power that the position possesses. You want to see a vulgar display of power? Take a look at the highest levels of the Department of Justice and the FBI, man. They tried to supersede our vote. You all heard the text between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. Peter Strzok thought he was Mr. Superhero FBI agent who was going to save the fucking country or some shit. Save the country from what? That's why that asshole was there testifying in front of the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees, smiling with a smirk on his face, acting like some arrogant prick, because this guy thinks he's untouchable. He's a CIA agent within the FBI. That's why he's untouchable. It's like the mafia. It's like the mob, That's why they used to call the mafia like they were untouchable. They're made guys, Because let's say you happen to have a problem with a made guy in the mafia, and you killed one of these made guys, well, your ass is dead, okay? Because if you killed a made guy, that means you and your family are dead. Because to kill a made guy, you'd have to have a sit-down, and even if you have a sit-down with the major heads of the families, even then they would prevent you from killing a made guy, because killing a made guy would cause a war with the mafia families. So, this is how the CIA and the FBI are ran, for Christ's sake, man. This is how the CIA is ran. Anyway, let me move on to another subject matter. We were talking about how James Comey is calling on America to vote Democrat because he's a biased piece of crap. And as I stated, Democrats And the FBI and the Department of Justice, they all colluded, man. Why do you think the goddamn Democrats were being such obstructionists during the Peter Strzok testimony? They were trying to end it. They were trying to stop it. They were trying to impede any information coming out from Peter Strzok because it would implicate the corruption of the Democrats themselves. And I'm telling you, if you vote Democrat in 2018, you're anti-American scum and you hate this country. I mean, I can't say it any other way, man. I can't say it any other way. If you vote Democrat in 2018, you're anti-American scum and you care more about illegal immigrants and criminals than law-abiding citizens, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be fucking kicked out of the country as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even kidding. You should be sent to fucking North Korea. You should be sent to Venezuela if you are going to make a mockery of this country. Anyway, let me move on to the next subject matter. House passes resolution supporting ICE. Yeah, that's right, man. And you know what? They put the Democrats' balls on the table. They're like, look, you're going to have to vote on this. And if you Democrats who were last week talking about abolish ICE, end ICE, if you really mean it, then don't vote for this resolution. Don't vote for this resolution supporting ICE. And then 2018, we'll use this against you. We'll use this against you, for Christ's sake. You're goddamn right. And I'm telling you, folks, these Democrats, I sincerely hope that they're getting on the nerves of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack out here. Because all the Democrats are doing are pissing and moaning. They're not accomplishing anything. They're not providing any kind of solutions for anything. They're not doing anything. And, I mean, how and why anyone can still support these anti-American scum is beyond me. I mean, haven't you noticed, folks, not one time since has been in office has the Democrats backed up any kind of American cause or American law-abiding citizen or people. You notice that every time they've gotten up and screamed and cried and got on the camera was for illegal immigrants or criminals. I mean, why would anybody still vote for these pieces of trash when this is all they're for? I mean, can somebody explain that goddamn shit to me? Christ! But no, they're Democrats. They're for the people. You know, they're Democrats. They're for the people. That's what they're doing. They're for the people. Yeah, I'm a Democrat. I'm for the people. I'm for the people. Shut the fuck up. Give me a damn break. Man, I'm just tired of. I'm just so tired of the liberal lunacy, man. I mean, it makes me speechless. It makes me speechless that there can be people this dumb. You know, I was watching an old episode of. My kids used to watch this show. They used to watch Finders Keepers on Nickelodeon. You remember that show? It was back in the 80s, 88, 89, that sort of thing. It was a show in which, kids would go into these little rooms and they would try to mess it up everywhere, trying to find something that the host told them to find. It was a really, really nice little innocent kid show. And I watched an old episode or two with Mrs. Ghost the other day, you know, reminiscing about the old days. And I looked at these kids back then. These kids are like 10, 11 years old. And it seems to me that these kids were a lot more brighter, a lot more sharper, a lot more attentive than your average 10 or 11-year-old today. Your average 10 or 11-year-old today is a complete idiot. And you take a look at these kids back then. I mean, I was telling Mrs. Ghost, you see these kids, Mrs. Ghost? You see how they're able to be responsive? Do you see how they're talkative? Do you see how they're attentive? Do you see how they're not like, got their eyes in the back of their head and dreaming in La La Land? This is pre-psychotropic drugs. I mean, all you got to do is look at kid shows pre-1991. That's pre-psychotropic drugs. And take a look at how those kids are a lot more sharper than your average everyday kid today. Pre-psychotropic drugs, man. Good God. Sorry about that. But yeah, pre-psychotropic drugs. Anyway, folks, we got about 30 minutes left in the broadcast. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to thedrudgereport.com and read some headlines and discuss some things, because I'm sure that, we need to talk a little bit more about some elaborate issues. And, of course, Drudge always has some fairly decent content, to say the least, okay? Now, according to Rasmussen poll, the president's approval rating has slipped to 44%, but I don't believe that one fucking bit. Bookmakers are increasing chances of impeachment. Yeah, right. Let me tell you something. If they impeach Trump, it's revolution time. I'm not even fucking kidding around. If they impeach Trump, it's fucking revolution time. And not to mention, if they impeach Trump, either it's revolution time or we get out of the country, because I don't want to be in this fucking country with a bunch of globalist scumbags that are going to run this country into the ground. Don't y'all remember Obama, for Christ's sake? Look at how him and those Democrats ran this fucking country into the ground. Do y'all not remember that shit? He fucking ran the country into the goddamn ground, for Christ's sake. He made everybody a bunch of welfare queens, for Christ's sake, man. Made everybody a bunch of welfare recipient pieces of crap. Did you know during the Obama administration there were more people collecting entitlements than there were having an actual job? Y'all remember that? I remember it. I sure as hell remember it. Because I felt pretty goddamn stupid that I was still paying for my own fucking food while everybody was pulling out a fucking food card. I remember it. I sure as hell fucking remember it. And is that what you all want to go back to, folks? Is that what y'all want to go back to? You want to go back to the Barack Obama days? I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me move on. Let's go to the number one headline, the top headline on Drudge. Illegals register to vote in San Francisco. Wasn't I just talking about this about a couple of minutes ago? Wasn't I just talking about how the Democrats and the left could care less about anybody else unless you're a goddamn illegal or a criminal? Look at this. This is right out of the Sacramento Bee, written by Don Sweeney. Non-citizens legally register to vote in San Francisco. Let me read a little bit of this, all right? Let me just read a little bit of this. San Francisco began registering non-citizens, including undocumented immigrants, to register to vote on Monday in the November election, reported the San Francisco Chronicle. The move follows passage of a 2016 ballot measure by San Francisco voters opening up elections to non-citizens who are over the age of 18. You know what? I'm not reading this. Go fuck yourself, San Francisco, all right? I hope that your goddamn city is the first city to be thrown into the ocean during the big earthquake in California. I'm not even kidding, man. All right? I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding! Anyway, and speaking of California, did you hear about this? The California Supreme Court takes the splitting up California into 3 different parts, that whole initiative. Well, the splitting up California initiative, the state Supreme Court has taken that off the ballot. Oh, come on! I wanted to see the breakup of California! Come on! I mean, I hope the folks that are backing up this breaking up of California go beyond the California Supreme Court and go right to the Supreme Court, man. I mean, because I know that there are certain factions of California that don't want to be a part of this liberal horse shit. So, yeah, that's the California Supreme Court for you. Taking out the option, or taking out the initiative to break up California. Oh, my God. Let's continue going, all right? Quakes heard near Heathrow Airport sparks fears of the big one. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? I was just talking about the big one somewhere. UK quake alert. 2 earthquakes rock Surrey in 12 hours, and a 2.7 magnitude shaker is the 6th in 4 weeks. Jesus Christ. Surrey has been rocked by a 2.7 magnitude earthquake today, the second in just 12 hours. The quake was the 6th to shake in the area near both Gatwick and Heathrow airports in just 4 weeks, and raised the unlikely specter of the big one hitting London. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is correct. I mean, the UK is an island, so it would make sense why we would see earthquakes. But hey, I wasn't talking about the big one hitting the UK. God, are you listening to me? Hey, let's bow our heads. Everybody, let's bow our heads, all right? As a matter of fact, let's make it a little bit more, let's give some more effect to it, all right? Let's give a little bit more effect here. God, hold on. Oh, that's not good. Here, there we go. That's better. That's better. God, I would like for you to please, instead of inflicting an earthquake on the UK, I would like for you, God, to please inflict an earthquake on California. We don't need this debauchery. We don't need this vanity. We don't need this filth on our planet, let alone our country. So God, please, if you are listening with all your power, eliminate California. Hallelujah, 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 That's enough. All right, we get it. God, please. All right? Can you hook us up, please, for Christ's sake, God? Come on. We don't need California anymore, man. We don't need California. Anyway, let me move on, folks. All right, I'm on drudgereport.com. You want to follow along with us? Go ahead. Let's look at the next headline on Drudge Report. Zuckerberg defends Facebook users' right to be wrong. Even Holocaust deniers. Oh, yeah? Well, then why the fuck were you banning right-wing people on your fucking social media, Zuckerberg? I'm so sick of this idiot. Can this guy be thrown in jail already for fraud, for Christ's sake? Give me a freaking break, man. CEO explains decisions not to censor conspiracy theories, but says the platform will try to reduce the, quote, reduce the distribution of content. Mark Zuckerberg defended the rights of Facebook users to publish Holocaust denial posts, saying he didn't, quote, think that they were intentionally getting it wrong. What the hell does that mean? Wait, whoa, what the fuck does that mean? Whoa, let me read that again. Hold on. Mark Zuckerberg defended the rights of Facebook users to publish Holocaust denial posts, saying he didn't, quote, think that they're intentionally getting it wrong. What the fuck does that mean? In an interview with Recode published on Wednesday, the CEO also explained Facebook's decision to allow the far right-wing conspiracy theory website InfoWars to continue to use the platform, saying the social network would try to reduce the distribution of that content, but would not censor the page. So what? All of a sudden now Mark Zuckerberg is Mr. fucking free speech? This guy was the innovator of shutting people down. This guy talks out of both sides of his fucking mouth, man. Zuckerberg's comments came the same day that Facebook announced a new policy pledging to remove misinformation used to incite physical harm. Get the fuck... You know what? I don't want to read this anymore. You know what? Go fuck yourself, Zuckerberg. I don't have a Facebook, and I discourage people from getting a Facebook. Unless you want your goddamn information sold to the highest bidder, don't get Facebook, all right? Don't get Facebook. Let's go to the next headline on Drudge Report. This is out of MIT Technology Review. How to tell if you're talking to a bot? What? We need fucking instructions on this? How to tell if you're talking to a bot. The 5 best ways to detect fake social media accounts. Twitter recently took drastic action as a part of an effort to slow the spread of misinformation through its platform, shutting down more than 2 million automated accounts or bots. But Twitter shuttered only the most egregious and obvious offenders. You can expect the tricksters to up their game when it comes to defrauding fake users as real ones. It's important not to be swayed by fake accounts or waste your time arguing with them, and identifying bots in a Twitter thread has become a very strange version of the Turing test. Accusing posters of being bots has even become an oddly satisfying way to insult their intelligence. Advances in machine learning hint at how bots could become more human-like. IBM researchers recently demonstrated a system capable of conjuring up a reasonable, coherent argument by mining text. And Google's Duplex software has also shows how AI systems can learn to mimic the nuances of human conversation. But technology might also provide a solution. In 2015, Defense Advanced Research Projects agencies ran a contest on Twitter bot detection. Participants trained their systems to identify fake accounts using 5 key data points. The resulting systems are far from perfect, but the efforts reveal how to best spot a bot on Twitter. Okay, so let's hear these how to spot a bot. All right, user profile. Number 1, the most common way to tell if an account is fake is to check out the profile. The most rudimentary bots lack a photo, a link, or any bio. More sophisticated ones might use a photo stolen from the web or automatically generate an account name. Number 2, tweet syntax. Using human language is still incredibly hard for machines. A bot's tweets may reveal its algorithmic logic. They may be formulaic or repetitive, or use responses common in chat box programs. Missing an obvious joke and rapidly changing the subjects are the tail traits. All right. Tweet semiotics. Bots are usually created with a particular end in mind, so they may be overly obsessed with a particular topic, perhaps reposting the same link again and again or tweeting about little else. Number 4, temporal behavior. Looking at tweets over time can also be revealing. If an account tweets at an impossible rate, at unlikely times, or even too regularly, that can be a good sign that it's a fake. Researchers also found that fake accounts often betray an inconsistent attitude towards topics over time. And number 5, network features. Network dynamics aren't visible to most users, but they can reveal a lot about an account. Bots may follow only a few accounts or be followed by many other bots. The tone of a bot tweet may also be inconsistent with those of its connections, suggesting a lack of any real social interaction. All right. I mean, do we really need this? I mean, was this necessary? I mean, are people this much losers that they're actually having conversations with fucking algorithms? Good God, man. Go out for once in a while. Go to a bar. Or you know what? Let's say you don't drink. Let's say you want to be social but you don't drink. Why don't you go volunteer your time or some shit? And maybe you'll meet some chick doing that. All right, go to church or something. Jesus Christ, man. Let me go to the next freaking headline here. Next headline on Drudge. Bacon is bad for your mental health. Well, that's good for the appetite, I'll tell you that. I like adding bacon to anything, man. Bacon is great. I mean, bacon is a part of the all-American breakfast, for fuck's sake, man. What the hell are you talking about? Anyway, this is out of the Philadelphia CBS local affiliate out here. It is, let me read a little bit of this. Processed meats like bacon and hot dogs are bad for your mental health, says researchers. According to researchers at Johns Hopkins, people who eat meats cured with nitrates are 3 times more likely to experience a manic episode. All right. Apparently, added nitrates are associated with hyperactivity and insomnia. Well, I don't know about you. After I have a nice bacon, ham, and pickle sandwich, I want to go to sleep. I don't know what the hell these idiots are talking about. Researchers said experiments in rats showed mania-like hyperactivity just after a few weeks on diets with added nitrates. I mean, are you kidding? I mean, come on, bacon bad? Come on, man, I add bacon to anything. I add it to a fucking sandwich, a burger. You know what I mean? I'll add it to anything, man. I'll add it to my fucking salad. I'll add it to anything. Bad for my mental health. Get the fuck out of here. It was the all-American breakfast for over 100 years out here in America. Now it's bad for your mental health. Get the hell out of here. What is this? What is this? Uh-oh, Pelosi. What is this? Nancy Pelosi suffers face spasm, saying intelligence calls colleague by wrong name. I mean, of course this broad is in her 70s. She's in her 70s, this boomer. I mean, of course she's got face spasms and she's half stroked out. She's like 70 years old, 70-something fucking years old. Anyway, intelligence triggers Nancy Pelosi. I got to see this. Hold on. Let me pull this up here. I got to see this, folks. I got to see Nancy Pelosi literally stroke out because I got to laugh at this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to see Plastic Face Pelosi having a major problem with her goddamn face spasm. All right, hold on. I'm almost there. He suffers face spasm. Here it is. Let me go ahead and let me turn this up here. Let's all listen to what the hell's going on with Mrs. Nancy Pelosi, the leadership of the Democratic Party, mind you. The leadership of the Democratic Party.
I'm very honored to stand before members of the House Intelligence Committee, past and present. House Intelligence Committee, we also want to protect the integrity of the Mueller investigation.
Oh my God! Let me go back to that again. Did she? That was a bad face, like her face paused like a goddamn paused neg hole.
I'm very honored to stand before members of the House Intelligence Committee, past and present. House Intelligence Committee, we also want to protect the integrity of the Mueller investigation. We are only on the leadership of Congressman Eric Swalwell, and so I knew the challenge. That's why when I had the I knew the challenge.
All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and put a. Let me turn this up here. I got to see this. Hold on. Let me turn this up here. Let's all listen to what the hell's going on with Mrs. Nancy Pelosi, the leadership of the Democratic Party.
That's why when I had the privilege of
Jesus Christ.
myself with their remarks in support of our men and women. I'll get also just highlighting
this woman is sick.
The important role of the intelligence community.
How is this woman leadership of the Democratic Party?
A long time ago, when I first went on the Intelligence Committee, that was his own appointee.
Somebody slap the plastic off this woman's face, for heaven's sake. Good God. Maybe slap some fucking sense into her face as well, for Christ's sake. Plastic face Pelosi. But this is the Democratic leadership, folks. This is who the Democrats have leading them. And they're proud of her. They're proud of old plastic face Pelosi. Give me a freaking break and stop getting work done on your face, Pelosi. We know you're worth $150 million, $200 million because your husband created real networks. But it doesn't mean that you can put plastic on your face and stop yourself from aging. You look like a disgusting burn victim. And not to mention, your mental capacities aren't doing you any favors. Let's put it that way, all right, Pelosi? Jesus Christ. Ache after flying coach could be by design. What the hell is this? The most important factors for comfortable flight. Well, you want a comfortable flight? Get first class. All right? If you want a comfortable flight. Don't be a cheap bastard. Get first class or charter a flight if you want a badass flight. You know, I hear that the airline regulators have given the okay for airlines to be able to scrunch your ass even more into tighter seats. I hear that they are going to make, believe it or not, I'm not kidding, I heard this the other day, they're going to make the bathrooms in airlines smaller so they can add another row of seats to get that much more money off of each and every plane. I'm not kidding, man. And believe it or not, being on a long flight, especially in a very tight seat like that, is dangerous. I mean, it is a prime situation for you to get some kind of blood clot, man. I'm not even kidding. I mean, just look up airline blood clots and take a look at all these people that have died in midair because they've been in a tight-ass seat that has been, you know, kind of putting pressure on their legs. They get a goddamn blood clot, man. Good God. Anyway, what is this? Next goddamn headline is doctors, hospitals sue patients who post negative comments and reviews on social media. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. How the hell are you going to sue somebody when you're a bad doctor? I mean, how are we supposed to know who's a good doctor and who's a bad doctor if you can't post your particular experience on social media or on a review site? This is out of the USA Today. Jane O'Donnell and Ken Altucker wrote this one. Retired Air Force Colonel David Attoon agreed to pay $100. $100 to settle what were felony charges for emailing his former Cleveland Clinic surgeon articles the doctor found threatening and posting a list on Yelp of all the surgeries the urologist had scheduled at the time as the one that left Attoon incontinent and impotent for a decade. All right. Wait, come on, man. You left the guy impotent and incontinent, and what, you're expecting the guy to give you a good fucking review? I'm telling you, if I had surgery and I was impotent and incontinent, I would be fucking pissed off. You know what that means? For all you folks that don't know what that means this guy can no longer get a stiffy, and he can't control his piss coming out of his wiener. Thanks to this surgeon, for Christ's sake. He faced up to a year in prison. Attoon, 10-year crusade against the Cleveland Clinic and his urologist is unusual for its length and intensity, as is the extent to which the Cleveland Clinic urologist Jihad Karak. Oh, no wonder this guy's pissed off. Some guy named Jihad Karak fucking did surgery on his private parts, and lo and behold, now the guy is incontinent and impotent. I mean, your fucking urologist surgeon is named Jihad. His name is Jihad! All right, I don't want to, and that's a bad part about America. We don't produce American doctors anymore. You know what I'm saying? We got to import these doctors from all over the world, from the Arab world, the Indians. I don't know how many Indians there are doctors, for Christ's sake. I'm not even... How are you doing, Ghost? How are you doing? Let me take a look at all your vital organs, and I will make sure that you're okay. I will make sure you're okay. And right here, I see something right here in the x-ray. It looks like cancer. It looks like cancer, but what I want to do to you is I want you to pray to Hare Krishna. I want you to pray to Hare Krishna, and we can make the cancer go away. If you pray to Hare Krishna, you can make the cancer go away. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding around, man. I'm not even joking around. Oh, man. Texas sets a new record for electric usage. Folks, it was 103 degrees in San Antonio today, on top of like 80% humidity. I mean, of course, Texas set a new electricity usage, man. It's hot as hell out here. It's fucking hotter than a fat bitch's crotch out here in Texas, man. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, man. And not to mention, we've been having this Sahara dust. Has anybody else in Texas been having this shit? There's been some kind of haze in the air out here in San Antonio, and they're trying to tell us that it's Sahara dust from sub-Saharan Africa that has blown its fucking dust over here, and that's why, it looks a little hazy. And I mean, what? Sub-Saharan African desert sand and dirt traveled through the air, through an ocean to get over here to San Antonio, and we can see it in the sky. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right, whatever. If that's the case, how come in the Dust Bowl, remember the Dust Bowl? How come we didn't see the Dust Bowl and the culmination of that spread all over the country, you dicks? I'm just saying. And not to mention, I mean, does any of that sub-Saharan African dirt that's coming in to the United States, does any of that have any Ebola? Or, I'm not talking Ebola or, the SARS or, what the fuck else? I think, all the stupid Zika. Yeah. Sub-Saharan dust travels 5,000 miles, blankets Texas in haze. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I don't believe this bullshit. You know what they're doing? They're giving us the harpies is what they're doing, man. They're giving us the fucking harpies. And it makes me sick. All right, let me move on, all right? Let me continue going here. Next, wait a minute. The next headline, Kanye to visit North Korea. Wait, is this a joke? Oh, all right, Kanye, you got to calm your ass down, all right? Look, I appreciate you questioning slavery. I appreciate you suggesting that slavery, 400 years of slavery, sounds like a choice, because it was, for the most part. And the reason I say that, folks, is because the South, the most slave-ridden states in the South, like Georgia, for instance, 80% of the population of Georgia during slavery time was slaves. So 20% of white folk were enslaving and subjugating 80% of a physically superior black race. So that has you thinking a few things. I'm just saying. But according to U.S. Magazine, Dennis Rodman wants to bring Kanye West with him to North Korea. What is Kanye West going to do with Kim Jong-un? Huh? Is he gonna what? do some new production. Have you heard his new album, for Christ's sake? Have you heard that one song, Poop Poop a Shoop, Poop Poop a Doop? I like to poop. I pick up poop. Have y'all heard that shit? Kanye, calm your ego ass down. Calm your ego ass down. This idiot literally thinks that he is such a badass artist that he can just poop poop a shoop, poop poop a loop, I pick up poop, poop poop a poop. Get the fuck out of here. Look, I mean, I'm even singing the song and Templeton's barking in the next fucking room. He's like, shut up, Daddy! Nobody wants to hear that faggy shit. That's fucking faggy music. It's faggy fucking poop shoot loving music. Anyway, once again, Kanye West's to visit North Korea. I mean, that's what Dennis Rodman wants. Dennis Rodman wants to take over Kanye, going over North Korea. And right when I say the poop poop a scoop a shoop shoop a poop, that fucking song out of the new album from Kanye West, people in here are like, hey, that's a great song, dude. That's a great song about poop. Well, you got an excrement fetish, you faggot? Jesus Christ. What else do we have here? What else do we have here? Oh my God, what the hell is this? I see this mulatto, Stephen Curry, with soap in his mouth. I mean, I want to be honest with you, man. I mean, Stephen Curry, you're whiter than me, and I'm a white guy. You know, you're like fluorescent, Stephen Curry. How come, I mean, is that still considered black? And if it is, well, then why are black folks hating on light skins? Have y'all heard about this? This is on World Star Hip Hop. Have y'all ever seen World Star? If you ever see that, they're always making fun of each other. You see light-skinned blacks making fun of dark skins, and dark-skinned blacks making fun of light skins. Now, when dark skins make fun of light skins, they kind of portray the light skins like acting gay, and they're always licking their lips, you know, like, hey, yeah, baby. I mean, I'm not joking around. And light skins, they make fun of dark skins because of their appearance and how they look like apes, and how, you know, if they're outside in the dark, that the only way they can see them if they smile. And I mean, you know, it's just a horror. I mean, there's racism within the black community that the black community, for whatever reason, refuses to acknowledge. All right, it just refuses to acknowledge. And, you know, I don't blame black folk, because if I was black, and I'm talking black, baby, if I was like Wesley Snipes black, I'm talking black coffee black, all right? I wouldn't be, I would not be down with Steph Curry. I would not be down with this. I wouldn't be down with this. I would excommunicate Stephen Curry from the black folk. You know, like, remember that one Dave Chappelle bit where it was like the race draft, where you can trade people, you know, like, it was funny, like, the black people chose Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods, of course, it was played by Dave Chappelle. Tiger Woods goes up there and says, wow, I'm black now, for shizzle. And he goes, I want to thank the black people for choosing me, Tiger Woods, and all I got to say is, goodbye fried rice, hello fried chicken. I swear to God. I mean, I would trade Stephen Curry. I don't know. I'd trade him for a Mexican or something. I don't know. I'd trade him for something bad. You know what I mean? I mean, great. He can shoot a basketball. Who cares? You know what I mean? I'd trade him for a dark Mexican. You know what I mean? I'd trade him for a dark Mexican. That's what I'd trade him for. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's move on. All right, we're out of time. As a matter of fact, it's already 9:30, but I'm going to continue going. We're going to take a couple more headlines, and then we're going to go ahead and close out the show here. Ocasio-Cortez blasts Women's Equality Party for endorsing men. Man, this stupid, dumb Puerto Rican slutbag doesn't know whether she's coming or going. I mean, this is your quintessential millennial right here, you know? I mean, all this Ocasio-Cortez is doing is sputtering out talking points that Bernie Sanders said 2 years ago. And then recently, when she was questioned about Israel, and she tried to allude that Israel was occupying Palestine, and she was pressed on it, this stupid Puerto Rican dunce had to admit that,
well, I am not the expert at geopolitics. I'm not an expert.
I mean, I'm not joking, man. I mean, let me see if I can find that goddamn that interview where she acts like a complete idiot. Here, look, here it is, right here.
Well, yes, but I also think that what people are starting to see, at least in the occupation of Palestine, is
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
just an increasing crisis of humanitarian conditions. And that, to me, is just where I tend to come from on this issue.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine. What did you mean by that?
I don't know.
I think what I meant is like the
I'm a girl from the Bronx.
Increasing in some of these areas and places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty in access to their housing and homes.
Do you think you can expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd also just, I am not the expert on geopolitics on this issue.
I'm not the expert of geopolitics on this issue, but you know what? I want to run for president. I want to run for president as a socialist, but you know what? I'm not an expert on geopolitics on this issue. This is your fucking quintessential millennial, a fucking idiot, man. And this is what the minority district, which is full of bunch of dumb Puerto Ricans in New York City, voted for. This is what they voted for, huh? Oh, this is the future of the Democratic Party, isn't it? Oh, shut the fuck up, you stupid, dumb, stupid Puerto Rican broad. And now, aside from her fumbling on the Israeli situation, now she's going to play Miss Feminist. Now she's a feminist. She's pro-Palestine, and now she's a feminist. She's going to diss some fucking... What is this woman's group called? Women's Equality Party. She blasts them for endorsing men, huh? So what does that mean, Ocasio-Cortez? Does that mean that you're a lesbo? Because somebody needs to ask that question. Are you a lesbian? And if you are a lesbian, I got to ask you one personal question. Does your buck teeth ever scrape the clitoris while you're diving on a muff? I'm just saying, man, have you seen this bitch's buckers? Have you seen her fucking buckers, for Christ's sake? This bitch has got buckers and bug eyes. Buckers and bug eyes. Buck teeth and bug fucking eyes, for Christ's sake, man. Oh, my God. And speaking of millennials, we'll go ahead and end on this headline right here. Millennials want to retire by 61, but most have nothing saved. Hey, man, that's why I keep telling you people that, you know, if you're going to purchase crypto, and if it goes down a little bit, don't sell it, you moron. Have some level of net worth. All right? Like I always tell you, if you're holding a bag on a stock, or if you're holding a bag on a crypto, don't sell it. Save it, man. Just keep it there. At least it creates net worth for your name. This is what this article is talking about out of CNBC. I mean, millennials want to retire at 61 but have nothing saved. All right, let's go ahead and read a little bit of this because I'm sure it interests a lot of people that are listening to this broadcast. A recent Bankrate.com survey asked millennials, classified as Americans between 18 to 37, what the perfect time to retire would be, and their average answer was 61 years old. Early retirement is something that seems very appealing, Bankrate.com analyst Amanda Dixon tells CNBC, if only wishing made it so. No shit. Of those millennials already saving, the median retirement account balance is at about $19,100. But overall, wait a minute, only $19,100? That's the average retirement balance? But overall, roughly 2/3 of millennials have nothing saved so far, according to a February report by the National Institute of Retirement Security. Now, the average median retirement account savings balance is $67,891. That's the average account balance. Okay? But the median account balance for millennials, $19,100. All right? And 2/3 of millennials have nothing saved for retirement. Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, even though 61 would be a great age to retire, it's just not the reality for most people. In fact, NerdWallet calculates that a more realistic outcome for graduates of the class 2018 is retirement age of 72. Oh, my God. I mean, look at what they're doing to you millennials, man. Look at what they're doing. The fucking boomers were able to retire at 60, 65 years old. Now they're telling you that you're going to be able to retire at 72? Good God, and that's only if you budget wisely, it says. If you are looking to retire on the early side, experts recommend doubling down on your contribution level to your 401k or IRA and automating your deposits. The average millennial is contributing about 7.5% of their income, according to Fidelity. But that's way below the suggested average rate of 15%. You have to make it something you're doing consistently, Dixon said, adding that retiring early does take some extra effort, and that can include doing some things like tracking your spending, living in a cheaper home, and even dining in more often, according to those who have achieved early retirement. I mean, come on, man. I mean, listen, first of all, let's be honest. I mean, I'm never retiring. I mean, you know, once you retire, you end up dead. You know, your body gives up, you end up dead. That's why the richest men in the world, like, for instance, Warren Buffett, this guy's like, what, 84? He works 15 hours a day. And he's like the 4th richest man in the world. Why does he work 15 hours a day if he's the 4th richest man in the world? Because, man, you always got to work. Do you understand? You always got to work. And if you don't work, you're screwing yourself. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast right here, for Christ's sake. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I really do appreciate everybody who's listening into the broadcast here. We talked about a lot of issues here. And I want to tell you, I really do appreciate you guys out here listening to the broadcast. We've taken this show into a serious direction, and we've gotten a lot more listeners from all over the world accordingly. So I really do appreciate everybody who's listening. And by the way, I just want to say that this is last call for autographs. So if you want yourself a ghost autograph, go ahead and go to my Gab account right now. Scroll down 3 posts to the post that states how to purchase a ghost autograph. Click the video link and listen to the instructions, and you'll find out how to purchase a ghost autograph. They will be pulled down Friday, all right? There will be no more autographs sold by this Friday, so I sincerely hope that you go out and purchase your ghost autograph ASAP. And by the way, folks, we also got some Russian hackers T-shirts, apparel, mugs, stickers, hoodies. If you're not going to purchase a Russian hackers apparel, that's fine. I understand. But if you could, to support the show, please tweet the link to the Russian hacker shirts and the apparel, please Facebook the link of the Russian hacker shirts. Like I said, it's not affiliated with the show, so just in case you scumbags are like a little,
I don't know, I don't want to be affiliated with Ghost Show because I don't know, I don't want to get fired.
I get it, that's fine. This is not affiliated with a show, and the description is very abstract, so it can be interpreted, but by a leftist as positive, by a rightist as positive. So by all means, I would like for everybody to just, if you're not going to purchase one, please just gab it out. Please just tweet it out. Please Facebook it out, because you'll be helping support the show. Because as I stated, the show has been, they've been trying to take us down. They've been demonetizing us. They've been trying to stop us. And we've got to do anything we possibly can to maintain sustenance for this broadcast. So by all means, the link to the Russian Hackers apparel is teespring.com/Russian-hackers. teespring.com/Russian-hackers. And like I said, if you're not going to purchase anything, I understand that, but please spread that link, because by spreading that link, it's just a freaking click, you'll be supporting the broadcast. All right, man? Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. If you want to be a part of the chat room, I'm going to be in the chat room here at about 10:15, 10:20 p.m., probably here in about 45 minutes. And if you want to come kick back with us, well, then, by God, come on down! Come on down and come kick back with us, for Christ's sake. How do you join the True Capitalist Radio chat room? Well, then you just have to go to my Gab right now. Go to my Gab! Check out my Gab! Politics Ghost, and click the subscribe button for premium content. That's right, folks. Click the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, private message me on Gab, and let me know your Discord chat name. And once you do, I will give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. It's that simple. And before I go, I know we've got some new people who signed up for the True Capitalist Radio chat room. Be waiting for your link here in the next couple of minutes. And I want to give some shout-outs to people that have bought the autograph. All right, because we've got some more people. Once again, we've got... how do you pronounce this? Volutrabum. Hold on. Volatabrum. Some shit. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thank you very much for buying an autograph. HHD. Thank you very much for buying an autograph. And for the few people that joined the chat room, thank you very much. I'll be sending you a link to the chat room as soon as possible. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. Be sure to kick back with me this Baller Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is ghost.report. It's as simple as that. That's what you type in your browser, add to your bookmarks, add to your favorites, ghost.report. All right? And spread that link around the internet and throughout the world, baby. Anyway, I'll be back this Baller Friday, 6:30 p.m. You better be here. Do you understand? You better be here. Bring all your friends. Bring all your family. It's going to be a glorious Baller Friday, so you better be here. I'm getting the hell out of here. All right? Long live the capitalist army, and death to feminism. Death to socialism, and death to communism. I'm out of here. You better be here Baller Friday, scumbags. And if you're not, well, then you're a goddamn leftist piece of trash. I'm out of here.